Yo, what's up, everybody? This is LB here, back at y'all with another one. Shout out to the whole LDBC Lions Den basketball community. My brother Ticket TV, Mahoney Sports Podcast, Two Off TV, Black Reality TV, KQKZ Boxing Network. Also, give the video a like, hit the subscribe. Let's get into the funk. Also, have a Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. I dropped a lot of content on the Patreon ever since July 8th. So be nice if you guys will, support the Patreon. Talk about wide range of topics that I don't talk about on here. And then let's get right to this. So the NBA, got a lot of news. Shout out to Donald Woods Jr., Stephen Bryant, 89 TV. Salute to everybody in the chat. So, Anthony Davis' status for Thursday against the Clippers is up in the air. Now, he sat out the scrimmage yesterday against the Washington Wizards. Not like they needed him against the Wizards, but whatever, right? He also missed the team's practice today. Now, this is according to tweets from Tania Ganguly of the LA Times. Now, Frank Vogel told reporters on a Zoom call that Davis is feeling discomfort in his right eye, and he'll be reevaluated tomorrow. Now, this is also according to ESPN's Dave McMenamin. Now, if you know who Dave McMenamin is, that's a guy who has followed LeBron James throughout his whole career. He's followed him in Cleveland, stops in Miami, and then now here with the Lakers, whatever. Corey Boyd in the chat. Right? Now, his status for Thursday's showdown with the Clippers remain up in the air. There's some concern that he will potentially not play, but we're hopeful that he does. That's what Frank Vogel said. Now, the Lakers opened the restart with a 5.5 game lead on the Clippers in the Western Conference. So Thursday's game isn't insignificant. If the Lakers win, they'll essentially lock up the number one seed in the West. Of course, even if the Lakers drop that game, they'll still hold a 4.5 game cushion with 7 to play. So the team won't rush AD back if he's not 100%. Look, this is the thing. AD got to suck it up and play. I don't give a fuck what he got to do. He got to go suck it up and play. Shout out the underrated darkness, Brandon Nicholson in the building. Appreciate y'all. Right? Now, if Davis is unable to go, Kyle Kuzma looks like the most logical candidate to enter the starting lineup. Now, after Thursday's game, Lakers have games against the Raptors on Saturday, Utah on Monday, and OKC on Wednesday. So this is not an easy stretch for the Los Angeles Lakers. All right. And if we saw the one thing that we have in common in these 3 games that we've seen so far is the fact that the Lakers backcourt is not good. Shout out to the Queen, Juanetta Thomas in the building. Lakers backcourt is not good, right? And I'm not putting any stock in their performance yesterday against the Washington Wizards. Look, the Washington Wizards backcourt is just as bad, okay? Dion Waiters scoring 18 points, and J.R. Smith scoring 20, right? Come on, that's to be expected. So I'm not putting any stock in that, right? And if you guys watched the games yesterday, you shouldn't put any stock in that neither. Let's just be honest about that. The Wizards backcourt is horrible. right? But the Lakers backcourt is horrible too. So I'm not taking anything away from. There's really nothing to take away from that game yesterday outside of what we already know, right? We all know that the Wizards were bad. We also know that the Lakers were bad in the backcourt as well. So um, so that's what it is. So the Lakers have a tough stretch. They got to go against the Raptors on Saturday. Kyle Lowry is probably going to have a good game against that backcourt, right? Then Utah. If there's any spot for Mike Conley to get right, it'll be that spot. Then you go with the OKC. You know, they got a plethora of point guards, whether it be not Paul George, Chris Paul, or SGA, or a six-man of the year candidate in Dennis Schroeder. So they got to contend with that. And who on the Lakers going to stop that? Who? So that just, that's just what it is. It just really not a. In other news, talk about the NBA draft combine, right? Now, the NBA has begun sending emails to select players telling them they've been selected to attend this year's draft combine. This is according to Jonathan Gavoni of ESPN. However, the message comes with a caveat. The league say no decisions have been made yet about when or where the combine will take place, what form it will take, or even if it will occur at all. The NBA is asking process to fill out a pre-combine questionnaire by this Friday and has promised most details as they become available. Now, the 2020 draft combine was scheduled to take place in May in Chicago, but has been delayed indefinitely due to the ongoing pandemic. Now, word broke last week that the NBA sent a memo to teams informing them of the 105 prospects who received the most votes to be invited to a combine if one takes place. Now, Adam Zagoria has a list of those 105 players. I will not name off all 105 players, but you got to think guys like Miles Powell, Marcus Howard, Najee Marshall, Tyshawn Alexander, and then you got Joel Ajayi, Corey Kispert, Philip Putrasev, and Killian Tilly, right? Along with the other guys like Coyle Anthony and what's the other guy? The guy out of Memphis, James Wiseman. So guys like that's going to be playing that know they're going to be going to the NBA. So anywho, we'll get more information on that as that becomes available. But as of right now, things are just on pause right now due to the global health bastard. We see what other notes. All right, so Patrick Beverly, I think Juanetta Thomas had talked about this yesterday, but he is back on the campus. So as of Friday, Beverly, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell. Hold on, time out. Yeah, so as of Friday gone, they had Lou Williams, Montrez, and were away from the campus, but they're back. Zubac, Shamit, they're back too. So Clippers right now is they're not necessarily at full strength, but guys are in the bubble. Speaking of which, Zion Williamson is expected to come out of the quarantine period today, so he'll be practicing with the team, so he should be good to go for Thursday, barring any setbacks. Right? We all know Lou Williams is out there, is currently doing a 10-day quarantine, and he will be suspended a couple games for, in my opinion, something very trivial is going to Magic City or whatever like that. But you know, come on, Lou Williams, man. Come on. I mean, why you let the guy take a picture of you, man? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I mean, I'm not mad you went the during Magic City for some wings and shit like that. I mean, that's all good and all, but come on, man. You know this would be a bad look if you let if a picture of you got out, man. Come on, man. Anyway, shout out to JZV, Real Facts TV. I see you, Mr. Big Chess. Appreciate y'all for spending time out your day. Matter of fact, all right, I'm gonna say this. The only two people I want to come in, right, is the Underrated Darkness and Mr. Big Chess. If you are not Mr. Big Chess, if you are not the Underrated Darkness, do not click that link. As far as the Milwaukee Bucks, I didn't see the game, so I really can't. I really don't have any takeaway from that. Oh yeah. By the way, oh yeah. Juanetta Thomas, you come in too. You come in too, Juanetta Thomas. You bring. I need the Queen to come in here. So I need Juanetta Thomas, the Underrated Darkness, and Mr. Big Chess. Nobody else. What's going on, Mr. Big Chess?
What's up, LB? How you doing?
Man, just chilling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Looking at some daily fantasy baseball data. I figured I'd come on here, chop up some NBA, chop it up with some NBA, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, oh yeah, let's talk about this one. Kendrick Perkins, man. So this dude,
Lord have mercy.
this dude, once again, talking all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit about what's his face? Lou Williams. Then when Montrezl Harrell went back at him, for that bullshit, then he got words for Montrezl Harrell. So I know how underrated feels about Kendra, but what's your take on Kendrick Perkins and all this bullshit he's doing in the media, man?
Honestly, it's like it's getting kind of comical, Some of his takes are just stupid. Him going on every show just trying to, bash Lou Williams for something that trivial. I think it's comical, it's immature, and he's getting exposed for, what he's doing right now. Max Kellerman exposed him today, earlier, just about 40 minutes ago. Max Kellerman almost made him literally snap on live TV. And, he's just getting all these LeBron James crazy super fans and these LeBron James jockstrap snippers, man. They getting exposed left and right.
Great underrated.
Wow, okay. You mean Mr. Kotak? You mean Mr. Kotak, big boy?
Yeah, that motherfucker. That fucking bad.
Dang. Yo, Drestra. I'm calling Drestra from now on. Drestra. Damn, I never thought getting your knees dirty that them pads must be feeling real good. You gotta stop this. You gotta stop. Why? You're not getting none out of it. You one of the loudest analysts that I ever known. I think each of us can get up there. We could do a damn better job than him. And what is you talking about? You let other commentators. I've never seen another commentator all throughout the years, and back me up at LB and Mr. Big Chest. I've never seen another commentator clown on another commentator in my life. I never seen that. I never in my life seen it. They probably don't like each other, but they respect each other's profession. But I never in my life, ever since Dresser came into action, he be getting clowned. And it's
Yeah,
sad.
man.
It's almost sad up to this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, man, it's just, to be honest, it's just really disrespectful to like just these players. Like, they had a discussion earlier today about Kawhi, and Max Kellerman said that Kawhi is the best player, and Kendrick Perkins got mad, and he was like, LeBron is the best player in today's NBA. He's leading. And then he's basically talking about, how LeBron's doing all this and all that. And then Max Kellerman came back. He said, people like you, Kendrick Perkins, are the type of people that be on their knees worshiping this man like he's a god and everything. And Kendrick Perkins just went off.
So, Mr. Big Chest, is it safe to say that Drestra, that Max Kellerman is saying nicely, as I bluntly put it, Drestra, he just saying it professionally.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
no,
okay.
He's been
so
cooking them the last couple weeks, man. Man, Max Kellerman been cooking him. Like, Kendrick Perkins, like, they literally had to take him off the audio because he was literally about to go off on him today.
Dude, there's 3 reasons why NBA players become successful analysts, right?
Mhm.
They were a former star player, have a well-known name that people respect. All right, that's one. The second reason that they're very knowledgeable about the game, providing great insight.
Right.
Number 3, they are funny and entertaining, right? So, G. Corey, what did I say? I say underrated and Mr. Big Chest, right? You are not one of those two. Bye.
Mm.
Now, Kendrick Perkins don't check any of those boxes. Kendrick Perkins don't check none of those boxes, man. What do you think, Mr. Big Chest? You think Kendrick Perkins check any of those boxes?
No, one, he was a scrub. I know he won a championship. Yeah, and I know he was on the Castle of LeBron, but he held the record for most claps in the game, most water bottles handed out in the game.
Hold on, man. Because somebody got to attend. Hold on, Mr. Big Chest. G. Corey, you can't come in here today. I'm only Mr. Big Chest and Underrated Darkness. Nothing against you, but there's only a 3-man panel today.
Got you.
All right. See ya.
No, what I said was he holds the record for most claps in the game, most water bottles handed out in the game. The man averaged a triple decimal for a career. And I give props for LeBron for giving these dudes jobs, but at the same time, I'm like, why is he on TV? Because he's making a fool of himself. He calls out players, and he basically just disrespects them. And when they come back with the same energy, he wants to save face and act like he wasn't being disrespectful. And I was like, man, that's just being soft right there, man. Keep that same energy. Like something I respect Max for, he be going off on crazy stuff sometimes, but at least he keeps that same energy when they on the set. I've seen Kendrick Perkins back out, avoid questions, try to save face. And, if it's not him, it's Nick Wright. Like, Ryan Hollins and Damon Jones, they don't even do half the stuff that Kendrick and Nick Ron do. But like Kendrick, man, if he ain't eating butter biscuits, man. No, it's just like, man, if you gonna talk that much, man, and you ain't gonna do nothing, just stay off of TV and go eat your butter biscuits and grits and all that stuff, man. Keep getting bloviated and fat, man, because that's all he's good for right now.
Yeah, really. Hey, let me see. Shout out to Lamont Lane. I see your trifling ass in the building. And I don't look. Hey, as far as the former NBA player go, you know what I'm saying, Reggie Williams. Hey, it's his opinion, dog. That ain't changing mine. We all know Draymond Green's a fucking bum. Period. Jason, you see, shout out to Chris Jones in the chat, man. Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? I see. Lamont, that politic, man, he do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He do little shit like that. Talk about, hey man, you think Draymond Green's a scrub? Knowing NBA player ain't gonna go against Draymond Green, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Cut that out. Cut that bullshit out. Anyway, because Kendrick Perkins keep on talking dumb shit, that's why. The minute that Bama stop talking bullshit, the minute I will stop talking bullshit about him.
Yeah. I remember a same night. I know y'all have that. My parents is going and grandfathers and grandmothers. They have a saying. If you don't know what the fuck you talking about, shut up. Dresser gotta keep she gotta keep his mouth. She gotta keep her mouth shut. Cause she looking real bad.
Yeah, he out there acting like a ho right now.
Yeah, that's what I call Destra. That's what I call him Drestra. It's not Kendra, it's Drestra.
Drestra.
Drestra, yeah. The emotional. Yeah, man could be emotional, but him, that he doing too much.
Yeah, for real.
Doing
all
too
right,
much.
Now, all right, so since we got that out the way, I'm gonna open up the chat line for everybody else to come up in here. G Corey, you can bring your ass in here now because I know you got a lot to say. Shout out to the African sci-fi scholar in the building.
Damn. So LB, you can use that too. It's not Kendra, it's Drestra. That's the new name. Drestra. Yeah.
Drestra.
We heard.
Sorry.
Lamont, you bring your ass in here too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you bring your ass in here. Corey boy, come on in. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, yo?
What's up, Asar?
Ain't that much chilling, man. Just enjoying the vibes from your forum, bro. You know what I mean? I'm actually just getting in, so I don't know what y'all was really on. I just got it on the part where you was talking about what Lamont did last night with Reggie Williams on the phone.
Yeah, man, that was that bullshit, dog.
You ain't see that shit Lamont
I knew it was coming,
night?
though. I knew it was coming.
What happened?
Man, basically, man, Ticket had former player Reggie Williams on the show last night, and he was talking, talking about his experience. Yeah, he was talking about his experiences throughout the NBA last night.
Right.
And he was talking about his experiences, about the players he played with. This man got to play with basically all the greats, bro. He played with KD, Steph, Westbrook. He played with a bunch of guys, bro. It's Tim, Manu, Tony Parker. He played with all of them, right? So he was just talking about his experiences, what it was like playing with them, what it was like playing for Michael Jordan, and just like basketball in general, talking about 90s basketball compared to today. And then out of left field, before the end of the convo, Lamont Lane gonna ask this man if Draymond Green is an elite defender. Now Reggie's an ex-NBA player. Now listen, Reggie's an ex-NBA player, and we know ex-NBA players are fraternity members to a degree, bro. They're not gonna shit on each other.
Exactly.
That man ain't gonna sit there and say Draymond trash because he plays in the same league that this man plays in now.
But hey, that would be true if he didn't break down why the man was great.
He didn't break down why he was great. I was listening to the whole thing.
Yeah, y'all just hear what y'all want to hear. He just broke it down for you multiple times.
That man said, hold on. That man said Draymond Green. Listen, Reggie said Draymond Green.
Just don't like
he said Reggie said Draymond Green be locking people down, right?
He do.
Name somebody he locked down.
He do.
Name a performance that we all saw. No, name one performance. Hold on. Name one performance we all saw Draymond Green playing the game and lock a nigga down.
When he dominated Portland for a whole 7-game series?
No. Who did he dominate on Portland? Who? Zach Collins? Who he was going against?
No, he guarded one
down of note. Who did he ever stopped of note?
He broke it down. He broke it down.
Did he lock down Kawhi?
No.
Okay, what the hell are we talking about?
He locked down LeBron? Siakam cooked him.
Hey,
we got
like the man said.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this man be talking that craziness, man. That man be talking that craziness. Brad Miller's an all-star, bro. Brad Miller was an all-star. Who cares?
Yeah, but not a 3-time all-star.
Talking about you saw people who was all-stars. Brad Miller was a fucking all-star, dude.
Was he a 3-time all-star?
Can I ask you a
from
question,
Friday Night
brother?
Live,
Was he defensive player of the year? Was he
Austin, can I ask
5-time
you a
All
question?
NBA defense? Was he a
Austin, can
3-time
I ask you a
NBA
question?
champion?
Austin, can I ask you a
Okay.
question?
Bro, yo, stop saying that 3-time NBA champion like that nigga was the reason they champions or something. He ain't got no
I
finals
know that
MVPs.
nigga
He ain't
wrote the
lead them
Clippers to
nowhere.
those championships, man.
That nigga was a role player on the team.
Oh, man.
Steve Kerr got 5 championships. He ain't need nobody nowhere to him.
Yeah, that's the second NBA player that debunked you on that. Actually, the fourth.
But how are you gonna ask a question of a former NBA player and you know how they how dare you? That's
See, that's that bullshit I'm talking about. Underrated assault. We all see the play. Come on, man.
Fact.
You know that's a
That's
bullshit you did last night, bro.
You know he be on
So,
that whack shit.
real
Hey, I gotta
dog
come
in
right
the
back
street.
in, man. My
No
shit
dog
fucking
in
up.
the
Hold on, I'm
street,
coming
man.
right back
Don't
in.
get strapped the fuck up with
Yo,
that
Lamont,
shit.
no cap, man. You'll be a
That's
great
Hey,
lawyer.
just because he
You'll be a
exposed that
good.
y'all was wrong, to get out your feelings, accept
He
the
ain't
law, take
exposed
the
shit.
L,
He ain't
take
exposed
the,
shit.
just take the L,
No, you
Draymond
no.
Green's still a
The
bum.
problem with you
take
is
the
you
L.
don't know how to accept when you defeated.
Hey,
You
take the
will
L
throw
on
your
that one.
victory out of existence. You don't know how to accept
Hey,
defeat. That's your
why
problem.
can't y'all? Hey, hold
Because
on. How do y'all say y'all
if that was
respect
the
him?
case, why you had to
But
go
then you said you basically saying the man came on the show
validate
and
your
lied.
question with ex NBA players, knowing these guys ain't gonna shit on
Right,
each
they're
other.
not gonna say it. What? How dare
You
you?
know
We
that,
were just
Lamar.
we were just talking about how Barkley was
Yes,
shitting on Draymond. That's ex NBA player
Yeah,
shitting on
ethical
Draymond.
come in this. Lamastra. You know, there's ethical comes in this. All right.
Stop
There's
it with the
certain things
games.
you
That's not
just do
how it
not
works,
ask
man.
of
Stop
an
it.
NBA player.
Stop playing the political games, man. That's not how it
That
works.
is
He told you the truth.
disrespectful, man. You
He
know
was
what? That
truthful the
Political
whole night.
games,
He told you the truth.
motherfucker. If anybody doing playing politics, is you.
it's you, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? You better
Anybody
put
around this
respect
bitch
my
doing
name,
politics
nigga.
is you. Hey, I appreciate
You
that.
know you fucking
Hey,
with, dog.
all jokes aside, Lamont,
I'm
I
outta here,
appreciate
dog.
that goddamn gift card you gave me a while back. I just used it a couple days ago.
Oh,
But,
that's what's up.
That's crazy. I would never ask an NBA player that question. I would say, yeah, hi, how do you do? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
You took it the next,
Hey, what did Chris Copeland say about Draymond when I asked him? What did he say?
You ask I know Drayvon Green. Nigga. What?
That's two
Who's
NBA
Draymond?
players that said the same
Get
thing.
out of here. Yo, you on his sack, right? I noticed you on his
Player.
sack, right? You on his sack real bad, right?
Those
Tell
two
the
NBA
truth.
players came on Ticket TV and said the
You
same
on this
thing.
back real bad. You gonna ask an ex-NBA player about a
Hey,
no.
are you mad about what
Hey,
he
hold
said?
up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Hey, shout out to Sixers Daily in the chat. Hey, Sixers Daily. Hey, click that link. Come on in here because I got some questions for you, buddy. Now,
Why
go
y'all mad?
ahead.
If he would have shitted on Draymond, y'all would have been all happy. But y'all mad because he gave the man his props for his game.
Come on, man. We know he wasn't gonna shit on Draymond, man. You just had to throw that question in there before he left, man. You just had to do that shit, man.
No,
You
y'all
had to
know
do
that.
shit, didn't you?
Y'all know that he can't because the man's game is actually nice. That's why.
Who game? Who game?
Draymond?
You didn't say nothing about Reggie Williams game.
Who game?
Do you ever see Reggie Williams play? Get out of here. You ever since you came in,
Hey, it's okay that y'all only think a good NBA player has to score 20 points a game. It's okay that y'all only see the basketball one-sided.
Prize
Hey,
players.
Lamont.
All aspects of the game. That's all.
Hey, Lamont. Yo.
Hold on. This is not my opinion. This was the opinion of another player. So y'all got to talk about his opinion, not mine.
Nah,
Hey,
nigga.
Daily, man, where the fuck was you at yesterday, man? You know what I'm saying? We talked about your Sixers pretty much all day yesterday. Where the fuck was you at?
Oh, me?
No, not you, motherfucker. I'm talking about Sixers Daily.
Oh, yeah. They got a championship team down there.
That's laughable. What they do, they get in the playoffs every year.
What up, Ticket?
Hey.
Lamont, yo, what the fuck is you here cooning? Niggas mind cooning early in the morning, man. Come on, Lamont.
Early cooning.
You cooning early in the morning, man. Come on.
Yo, what up, Ticket?
Salute,
man,
Ticket.
what's up, man?
That's what Lamont do, man.
Lamont, you go to every channel on YouTube bug dancing, man.
That's what he do, bro.
Man, this nigga just go from show to show, putting on a minstrel. And then you putting them lame ass videos on your channel, trying to disrespect the 90s.
How did I disrespect the 90s? I tell the truth about all the players.
That shit ain't true.
Ticket, excellent job, bro. Excellent job.
Hey, so why
Appreciate it,
Reggie just debunked everything you said about the 90s though last night?
What did he debunk?
Nigga, you
Me
said
and
the
him
90s
only
Senators was trash.
look.
And that nigga explained in detail how
I
they were
didn't say
not.
they was all trash. I said there were only 5 great ones.
Bro, how many great ones are there down?
None.
But this is not a big man
Exactly.
era.
What the
So
fuck
we
are you
don't
talking about?
profess to have great big men in this era. So y'all profess
Okay.
to have all the great big men.
Don't worry,
And
don't
Nigga,
worry. I got more
hey,
niggas.
listen,
That's
I got
bullshit.
more niggas coming on for Lamar. I got more niggas coming on for Lamar. Don't worry about it. I got more NBA niggas coming on for Lamar.
This when you talking that bullshit, Lamar. This when you talking that bullshit.
Ticket, can't
If you look,
you agree that the
you said
NBA
Patrick
players
Ewing.
agree with more of my philosophy than anything else?
What?
No, I'm gonna make sure I save a spot for you every time I have an NBA guest. VIP treatment.
Yo, Lamont, like I said, bro, NBA players are part of a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Michael Jordan hates the living guts out of Isaiah Thomas, but he's not going to disrespect Isaiah Thomas' game. He's even going to give it a little bit more credit than he might should.
But that's because he's actually
they're
nice.
in the same fraternity. They play ball. They played in the NBA together. So he's not going to downplay that man.
He lied about Draymond? Are you saying he lied?
I'm not saying the man lied. I'm saying the man is not going to. He's not going to.
So you calling the man a liar when he said Draymond Green actually had game?
What I'm telling you is this: it's just like a cop.
That was his opinion.
It's just like it's just like a cop. It's just like a cop. A cop ain't gonna go and turn on the other cops, even if he see cops do bad shit. Even if he see cops that's not that good. What I'm saying is they're part of an organization together. And once you part of that organization, when you get out, you're not gonna sham on the guys that was in there.
You guys, why Draymond was great.
Hey, hold on, time out. So if just like Hassan said, right? Why you think you got NBA players going at Kendrick Perkins the way they are?
Facts.
Oh, hold on. I thought it was fraternity. I thought they don't go at each other like that.
He's going against fraternity. But the fraternity don't go against him, nigga.
He's the media. He's the media. That fraternity nothing don't matter. He's the media.
He's going against most of the people in the fraternity, nigga. That's why he's downplaying the niggas in the same league he played in that were better than him. That's what the problem is.
When he props up LeBron, y'all call him dick riding. When he talks about a player, y'all call him going against the fraternity. Which is
come on, stop that bullshit. When he talks about LeBron, you gotta downplay another nigga to do it.
Come on with these politics.
He downplays niggas to talk about LeBron. That's not a fair argument.
You can't have it both ways. You
can't have it both ways.
Look, you hate on him when he talks good about a player. You trash on him when he
stop that non-context bullshit you be trying to do. When we talk about Kendrick Perkins, it's because Kendrick Perkins says some shit like LeBron James is greater than Michael Jordan, or LeBron James, has put the Lakers on his back when Anthony Davis is the best player on the team. That's what we be talking about.
No, Anthony Davis is the best scorer on the team. He's not the best.
No, he's the best player on the team. He's the best defender on the team, and the best offensive player, and the leading rebounder on the team. What the fuck does he got to do?
It says.
Hey,
what else he got to do to be the best?
And like I said, man, that's a question you should have asked the NBA player when he came to the show. He would have gave you an honest assessment on it.
Now, you know what, Lamont? I listened to the show. Respectfully, I listened to the show last night. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get in because number one, I don't have my channel set up yet. And I know that Ticket, he had the people who had channels already set up yet to talk to this man. So out of respect, I didn't come in. But I damn sure heard you disrespect people in the motherfucking NBA while you talking to this man.
But who did I disrespect?
Talk about the night. Matter of fact, when you talked about the 90s last night, you turned your whole argument around from what it originally was.
Who did I disrespect?
Because as soon as Reddy said the 90s was an ill era, you was like, yeah, I didn't say it wasn't an ill era. I was just saying
all
that.
You have to do if you want my full perspective.
You were talking shit about Patrick Ewing, nigga, last night.
Okay, I said I don't think he was as great as what y'all prop him up to be. What's wrong with that?
What do you mean? How are you saying this?
Hold up, Hassan. Let's go back further than that. A month ago, right? When you talked about you had some guy that played with Allen Iverson who averaged like about the same ounces as I weigh a fucking burger, but nevertheless,
the immortal Casey Shaw.
The immortal Casey Shaw. Who could ever get that man? He's a fucking legend.
The legend of legends, nigga.
But what about it? What about him?
But hey,
That nigga took a fart in the NBA and was gone, nigga. What the fuck are you talking? What does he know?
Okay, but what does that got to do with his perspective
Hey,
on
LeBron,
NBA?
God damn it,
You don't
this
have
my
no
fucking courtroom.
perspective.
Hey, God damn it, this is my courtroom. Shit.
My fault, LB.
When before I exposed Casey Shaw for the fraud he was, you slipped in there that Hakeem Olajuwon was a fraud, and Ticket was like, Hakeem a fraud?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's wrong with that
what's up with
assessment?
that? So you didn't say
I've
that
explained
Hakeem
that
Olajuwon
multiple
was a
times
fraud?
though. But it's true. I said Hakeem would
Oh,
beat
so it is
Karl
true. You
Malone
said he was a
if
fraud.
Jordan didn't retire. That's factual.
So it is true. You said Hakeem was a fraud.
Hakeem Olajuwon would beat Karl Malone if Jordan didn't retire. So would we consider him top 10 all time if he didn't get 2 championships?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you say that now, but you probably
still be top 10.
so why is Karl Malone not top 10 all time? Because he met Jordan twice in the finals.
Because Karl Malone, listen, Karl Malone as a player, all around skill is still not as skilled as Hakeem Olajuwon. All around.
At least he
That's
made it
why
to the
nobody's
finals
talking about
twice.
Karl Malone. And
At
because
least he
Tim
made it to
Duncan
the finals
took
twice
Karl
against
Malone's
Jordan.
place.
Hakeem never even got to see Jordan in the finals. He never even made it there.
Hey, Lamont, what you missing is the fact that Karl Malone got his points off basic moves. He goes off a pick from John Stockton.
It doesn't matter how you get to
it does matter.
Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored off a hook shot.
That's not the only way he scored either.
But what I'm saying, wasn't that his signature
Didn't
move?
look at basketball, bro.
Hold on, wasn't that his signature move?
Okay, just because that was his signature move doesn't make it his only move, Lamont.
Okay, that's for any player. No player has just one move that they use all the time.
That's
They
what
all
you
use
just
different
said.
moves.
You literally just said.
But what I'm saying is, if you have a signature move, that's your go-to move.
So which one is it?
What I'm saying is, if you have a signature move, that's your go-to move. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, but that's not what you just said.
Well, what's the point? Like, why do you care how he scores? If you score the ball, you score the ball.
So Lamont, that's why we talk about people like Kobe and Jordan and their scoring ability. Kevin Durant, because they can score in multiple ways. Why? And that's why we discern their offensive game. Hold on.
Y'all got an echo, man.
Yeah, somebody got echo.
That's you.
But
No, it's
again,
not.
We're not talking about that right now.
What I'm saying is, what we're talking about is the fact that when you talk about why Hakeem is not considered Karl Malone even without rings, is because his skill set is way more diverse than Karl Malone.
Hakeem is not top 10 without those
And
championships.
Hakeem, listen, if Hakeem played for the Utah damn Jazz with motherfucking John Stockton, guess what? I guarantee he'd have some appearances against Jordan. I'm not saying he would win because Jordan was that fucking great, but nigga, he would have been there. The nigga was the only all-star on his fucking team for 14 years.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
But didn't y'all say that's how the NBA was across the board? Parity.
Dog, in the West. Who was in the West? Who was on the Jazz team?
Like who was the other all-star with David Robinson? You see what I'm saying? Like
Tim Duncan.
Teams. No, I'm talking about for most of his career.
They didn't win a championship till he got Tim Duncan, right?
Career, David Robinson played by himself with no other all-stars
until
they drafted.
Didn't have
they got
all-stars,
lucky by getting David Robinson because they had to tank a whole season to get him.
Okay, that's late in Dave Robinson's career too. As a matter of fact, Dave Robinson had a back injury, so he didn't play. They wasn't going to win games anyway. That's the whole point. Dave Robinson and the Spurs didn't get anywhere until they got Tim Duncan.
So what I'm saying is, across the board, teams weren't loaded with all-star players.
Teams had Stockton and Malone, Sean Kemp and Payton.
I know, but when we're talking,
what are you talking about? We can go into the '90s, and a lot of these teams, Rich Richmond and
all-stars at most.
Rich Richmond and Chris Mullins and Rich Richmond and Tim Hardaway, were both all-stars on the same team.
Hold up, everybody. Hold up, Lamont. Hey, you gotta adjust your echo, bro, because you be sounding like I'm at a goddamn canyon and shit.
Did that fix it?
Yeah, it sounds better now.
All right,
now go ahead, continue with your little diatribe.
I don't know. I mean, if I say Hakeem was fraudulent, all I'm saying is I'm not shitting on his game because he is the greatest center of all time. What I'm saying is, will we look at him the same if Jordan didn't retire? And that's why I say Jordan gifted to. He really dominated the whole '90s. It would have been 8 years if he didn't retire and gift away 2 championships.
Okay, so what do you think Jordan would do if he played today? He'd be dominating today.
Okay, but we're
And
not
other
talking
niggas
about
wouldn't have
today. We're
championships.
talking
So
about
what?
the '90s.
That's a good
We can
question.
always we can bring Jordan in this era. Yeah, he would dominate. That's not the question. We're talking about the
Yeah,
90s.
but if he did dominate in this era, that
What
means
does
a
this
lot of
era
these
have to do with
players
the
not
90s? What does that
champions, correct?
What does that got to do with the conversation we're talking
This is
about?
what it got to do with it, Lamont. If you listen, if Jordan was playing in the 2010s and he
Who cares,
won
though?
6
That's
out
not
of
the
the 10, wait, hold on, no. Listen, if Jordan played in this era and dominated like he did in the 90s,
If
that would
but
mean,
how do we?
dog,
Well,
be quiet, bro.
that's an
You
if.
asked the question, now you don't want the answer because you know the answer about to cook
It's
your
a
ass.
fake. It's a fake scenario that you're making up. Go
Nigga,
simulate it on 2K. That's the only thing you can do.
how the fuck
Simulate
is
it
that
on
a fake
2K
scenario, nigga? Okay,
because
well
it's not
let's
real.
use
It didn't
somebody who's
happen.
playing right now. Let's use somebody who's playing right now. If
Oh my
LeBron James had 9 championships, right? And he kept all these people from. Will we be like, well, Kevin Durant ain't great because he ain't got none. Steph Curry ain't great, ain't top whatever because he ain't got none. Will we say that? Really?
No. What I'm saying
Okay, then
is,
what the fuck are you talking about?
You can't just elevate everybody to superstar status like y'all try to do in the 90s.
Nigga, Hakeem been a superstar his whole fucking career.
Yeah, I didn't say, hold on. I'm not saying Hakeem, but I'm saying y'all try to elevate everybody to superstar status.
No, we didn't. You said something about Kevin Willis last night. I remember that too. We said Kevin Willis was a superstar. Nobody's ever said Kevin Willis was no damn superstar.
Yes, James did that. James said that specifically.
Oh, I ain't never said that.
Somebody said Mark Frank was a superstar.
You said we as if all of us said it.
Hold on, y'all all individually named a player that was subpar.
I'm pretty sure James did not say Kevin Willis.
He did say Kevin Willis. That's why I specifically talked about it in one of my videos.
He was a good player in the 90s.
I said superstar. Y'all prop him up as if he was this all-star big.
See, there you go again, y'all.
Hold on, y'all all on the same
team. Sad, y'all.
Lamont, we was just on. I was just myself.
Hey, hold up, everybody. Let Ticket go. Go ahead, Ticket.
Ticket, go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying, Lamont, man, you stay doing this every day. Lamont, you think you're smarter than everybody else. So what you do is try to play this little psychological game. What you say, you constantly move the goalposts and stuff. I peep how you get down, dog. You know what I'm saying? You make your little titles and say all the 90s centers and big man was trash, and then you say, nah, I ain't say that. I peeped you, dog. I got you.
But okay, who were the superstar centers of the 90s?
Of the 90s, Shaq, motherfucking Hakeem, David Robinson.
No, that's 3. That's superstars only. I don't want to
hear
average.
Patrick Ewing.
No, he was an all-star. He wasn't a superstar.
Nigga. What? Oh my God, bro. What are you talking about?
Okay, what puts Ewing in superstar status? Okay, what puts him in superstar status? What did he do that elevated him to superstar?
Patrick Ewing was again, in the East, he was on a team for most of his career where he's the only fucking all-star and he's got the Knicks relevant.
So was David Robinson.
The next time the Knicks was actually relevant.
At least.
What?
What did Ewing do? Did he win an MVP? What did he do to elevate himself to a superstar status?
No, you're not, bro. Let me tell you something, man.
Shaq dominated.
Every superstar don't have an MVP. If we name the MVPs, if we name the superstars of today, most of them do not have an MVP.
Okay, but what you're talking
about? Most of them do not have most of them have not taken their teams deep into the playoffs.
So why do you always try to?
So what are you talking about? Why are you trying to move the goalposts for Patrick Ewing?
But we're talking about the 90s. I asked you a question.
Nigga, you talking about Patrick Ewing MVPs. Nigga, but when you talking about him not being a superstar, how is he not a fucking superstar?
Okay, what elevates him in your mind?
Today who don't have MVPs and they're superstars.
What elevates him? What did he do to say
the fact that the man in his prime was averaging 25 and 10 and getting 3 or 4 blocks a game, leading the league in blocks at times, and he was taking the Knicks who had a bunch of guys around him who weren't superstar talent or even star talent, most of them, and he was making them niggas 50-win teams. What are you talking about?
The Knicks had a good team and a great coach. So what do you mean?
When did he get the coach? Was he there or was the coach there first?
Hold on, don't matter. Didn't they have Pat Riley? Isn't Pat Riley one of the greatest coaches in NBA history?
In the NBA draft when he came in, that means the team was trash, dude.
Stop it. Pat Riley don't coach trash teams. Stop it.
Hey, hold up, y'all. Shout out to the African Sci-Fi Scholar. with his donation in the PayPal. He said, "While Lamar pull a slick move, you got to watch those type of dudes." Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't
man.
slick.
You know what I'm
That's just
saying?
a question.
Appreciate
Listen how
you,
stupid
African
Lamar.
sci-fi scholar.
I'm like,
Hey,
Listen how
Hold up,
stupid
hold up.
Lamont.
I want y'all
Hold
to
up.
explain to
Can
me
I-
how
Listen how
Patrick
stupid
Ewing's a
Lamont is, bro.
superstar.
Lamont just said Pat Riley don't take over trash teams. But when the Knicks got Patrick Ewing, they were trash. He
Okay,
made
but
them not trash. That's
okay,
why
but what I'm
Patrick
saying
Ewing
is,
took the damn
so
job.
you're trying to say
What are you talking about?
Ewing was a superstar, but you acting like he was doing it by himself. He had a good team
Nigga, who was
around.
the second lead scorer on the team?
It don't matter. He had all around. He had good teams around him. You were
Who
talking
the
about
second
Derek
scorer on
Harper,
the team?
Hubert Davis, Anthony
How much,
Mason, Charles
how much
Oakley,
Hubert Davis
the X
how much
Man,
Hubert Davis average at his best?
Xavier McDaniel. He had good talent
How
around him.
much,
So let's stop making
nigga,
excuses for
stop
why they
that
didn't
bullshit.
succeed.
Stop that
Stop
bullshit.
it.
How much
Stop
did
it.
motherfucking
Stop
Hubert Davis
it.
average
Come
his
on, man.
best season with
Stop it.
Patrick Ewing?
You keep going
Yeah,
to
sorry.
points per game. So are you just admitting that points per game makes a player a superstar in your eyes?
No, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you give the
Okay.
ball
So
to
again,
a
y'all got a
guy
watered down standard
and
for
he's
Hall of
putting up
Fame and
buckets every
superstar
night
status,
and playing the best
and
defense
anybody
every
can be a
night,
superstar
and
in
he's
your eyes.
leading your team, who without him wouldn't
And you
even be in the
still didn't
playoffs.
name 5
If he's
superstar
leading them
centers in the
boys to
90s.
the playoffs and conference finals, oh yeah, he's a superstar. I don't know what the hell
Okay.
planet you was born on.
Okay. So who's your fifth?
What?
What?
Who's your fifth? Ewing was your fourth.
Who's your fifth? Man, dog. I said Shaq, Hakeem,
1, 2.
Robinson, right? Ewing. Then you still got guys like Rick Smith was a star level,
I
right?
said superstars. I don't want
I
to hear
said,
about all
okay.
stars.
Bro, hold
Superstar.
on. Matter of fact, let me pull it up because I don't want to miss people just talking off the top of my
You
head.
shouldn't have to think
See,
about
that's what
Yeah,
you
superstars.
like
sorry.
to do. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Lamar,
Yeah,
let me ask
sorry.
you
Go ahead, bro.
a question.
You know,
Do
I'm
you
not
ever,
asking.
do you ever seen the basketball in the 90s in the NBA?
Yes.
You
No,
sure?
he hasn't.
Because it seems to me you haven't.
Okay, so why don't you answer my question? Name 5 superstar centers in the 90s.
I would tell you one
Alonzo
thing. There's a
Mourning.
lot more quality
Okay, thank you.
players in the NBA back then was not even superstars than now.
Moses Malone was still playing in the 90s.
All
But
right,
he
he wasn't a
Moses Malone.
superstar of the 90s. He was a superstar of the 80s.
Okay,
Come on,
fair
let's
enough.
stick with superstars
Brad
of
Daugherty.
the 90s. He wasn't a superstar.
What?
Bruh.
Brad Daugherty was not a superstar.
Yes, he
Brad
was.
Daugherty was a top 5 to 10 center in the league.
Oh my God! Yeah, see,
He wasn't a top 10 center in the league.
Hold on, you would have a better argument for Alonzo Mourning or Dikembe Mutombo. Why don't you say one of them two and try again?
Bro, I
And
already
we'll
said
start from there.
Lonzo. And the
Come on,
Kimbe is
man.
coming. I'm just saying,
Hey.
Brad Daugherty put up buckets, bro, and Brad Daugherty
Come
was
on,
leading
man.
the fucking
Like I
team.
said,
Dog, when
come
Brad
on, man.
Daugherty left the team, what was the team?
Come on, man.
What are you talking about?
So because he was a good player, you put them
When
in
you went left
superstar
the
status.
fucking Knicks, what was the Knicks?
Okay, so what elevates him to
What was the
superstar
Knicks?
status? What did he do
When
to
you
be
at the
elevated
team,
to superstar?
when you come to, this is what elevates you. When you come to the team is relative trash. That's how you got there, because you was a high pick. You was a first, second, third overall pick, something like that. You went to the team when the team was garbage, and you made the team playoff or championship contenders. And then when you leave the team,
They weren't
they have a whole
championship
decade
contenders.
or so where they're not good again.
Were
After
they
you leave,
They were
because they don't have another
championship
player like
contenders?
you. That's what makes
Hold
you a superstar, nigga.
When was Cleveland championship contenders?
Dog, the year Michael Jordan took him out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he was
Yeah.
only championship
Go
contenders.
look that up.
Cleveland
Go look
was-
that up. Go look
Cleveland
that up.
was an NBA Finals competitor when Jordan's third year.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
All I hear,
Everybody-
the only thing I
him to
hear
go
is
to the
y'all talking
finals.
about Jordan putting y'all superstars out.
Yeah, because the competition
This is
back then was
Michael
that
Jordan,
good.
nigga.
He was that great.
What are you talking about?
Hey, hold on.
What
Was
are
he
we
that
talking
great?
about right now?
Or were they that bad?
Look, dude, look.
No, he was that great, nigga.
Hold on.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look, you clearly hadn't
They were
watched any of
subpar,
the games
y'all,
in the
man.
90s or
Brad
in the
Daugherty
80s.
was not a superstar, y'all. Don't do that. Don't
Name me
elevate
3
him like
superstar centers in the league today.
he was
3.
not. Well, this
Name
is
me
not
3.
a
Name me
center
3
league.
guys say they're superstars, Lamont.
But look, but it's not a
Name me
superstar.
3, nigga.
We don't.
Stop
I'm
all
not
that.
the one
Name me 3.
professing that this is a big
Name
man
me
era.
3. Name me any 3 you can name. You can't
This
even
is
name
not a
3,
big.
nigga. You talking about 5. We
I'm
talking
not
about
saying
5.
that this
But
is
if
a
we go
big man
past any
era.
of the other niggas, we got
Hold
like
on, but-
15 niggas that's great, that's
sorry.
good ass
Look,
motherfucking centers
okay,
compared to
calm down.
y'all 8
This
guys
is what
now.
you're saying. You say that
All right.
that's
Even
90s
decent.
is a big man
That's the
era.
thing.
So if
See,
the 90s was a big man
that's the
era,
thing about
where
Lamar,
are
No,
the
you know why it was a
superstar
big
teams?
man
Yeah,
era?
I'm sorry.
Because big men
Yeah,
could
sorry.
play.
Check this
Okay,
out,
so
right?
how many elite centers went to the
Check this
finals
out.
against Jordan?
Brad Daugherty averaged 19 points
0.
and 9.5 rebounds a game for his
Oh,
career.
that's superstar
He was
numbers.
a 5-time All-Star, All-NBA 91-92,
That's not
86,
superstar.
87 all rookie team.
What
No
is this man
MVP,
talking
no
about?
defensive player of the year.
So a guy,
No
that,
Damian
so a
Lillard ain't
guy
got no
that has
defensive
been
player of the year, no
so a
steal
guy that's
leader,
been
no
a
none of that
all
shit you talking about.
all of a sudden,
It's
Nah,
a
bro,
superstar
that's
without
not.
that shit.
So is Christian Laettner a superstar because he made an All-Star game in the 90s?
No, we ain't. Did I mention Christian Laettner?
I'm
Why
just
you bringing
saying, you
Christian
sound
Laettner?
I
like
said
y'all
Brad
got a
Daugherty,
very
nigga.
watered down standard to be a superstar in the 90s.
Nigga, you don't have a standard now. Who are the superstars now at center?
Hold on, I'm not saying this is. It's not a big
How many
man
power
league.
forwards? How many power forwards are
It's not a
superstars in the
big
NBA
man
right
league.
now?
It's a
How
guard-driven
many
league.
shooting guards you got that superstars right
It's a
now?
guard-driven
You only got
league.
small forwards and shoot
It's a
and point guards. That's the
guard-driven
only. It's
league.
not a guard driven league. It's a point guard and
In the
small forward
90s,
driven league.
again.
Those are the only positions that got superstars in
Why
the
you
whole
getting
damn
mad at
league.
me because you can't defend your centers of the 90s?
I'm not mad. I'm defending my shit. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Hold on, how you defending it? You just said Brad Daugherty was a superstar. This is what I mean.
I
Y'all
think Brad
elevate
Daugherty,
people to
bro.
certain levels that they're not, just
What
to
I'm
try to
saying
prop
is,
Jordan up.
Brad Daugherty was a great player, bro.
Oh no!
And
I
Brad
said was he
Daugherty
a superstar?
during his
Hold on.
time was a
In this
superstar.
panel, how many people on this panel agree that Brad Daugherty was
That's
a
what I'm
superstar?
saying. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who agrees that
when he
Brad
tried
Daugherty
to
was a
see what
superstar? I
Lamar
really
tried to
want to
do
know.
with these politrick games, he tried to
No,
all
the
of
man
what we
just said
say
Brad
and
Daugherty
put
was
it
a
in one
superstar. I want to
context.
know who thinks
Like we
that.
say, all these guys were superstars. We never said these guys were superstars.
He just
Who
did.
told you, Mark? Hold on. Who told you Mark Price was a superstar?
Yeah, who told you
Y'all
that?
did.
No, I didn't.
You know, I want you to be specific, not
Yeah. All
generalizing.
right.
I
Hey,
want you to be
LB,
specific.
you know I'm good at
Who
pulling up the old
told you
videos
that
to
Mark Price
expose
was
who
a
Nah,
said it.
you should already know.
I'm good at pulling. All right. You know what?
You
This
should
what I'm gonna do.
already know.
Since y'all got some
Who
very
is
bad
y'all?
memories, I'm gonna go do a video on who exactly said it, and then we just gonna expose it that way, because you know y'all
Do the
stay.
video. Hey, do the video and have the person who said it there, and have LB
I
there.
think it was you. It might
Oh,
have
well,
been
have
you.
me there. Please have me there. Please have me there. I want to hear it.
Hold on. You just said Brad Daugherty was a superstar. You know you good for saying some wild stuff.
No, I named you 5 superstars. Then I started naming guys that was the next, the
Brad
level down
Daugherty
from
was
them.
not a
That's what I
superstar.
did.
Hold up. There's one catch. It has to be live. I don't want no goddamn tape delay where you can edit shit out and all that.
Thank you.
How can I edit your voice? I can't edit what y'all say.
Oh my God.
Hell, you can't. There's all kinds of video editing software. What you talking about, bro?
Lamar think people dumb, bro. Lamar think people dumb.
Y'all got so many conspiracy. Now I'm editing
Lamar,
people's voices.
conspiracy, man. Look,
You know the man edited, nigga. You known for it. Nigga, you infamous for it.
Who do I edit?
Bruh, you edit your shit.
You got
Of
video
other people
editing
saying
software.
shit.
When have you ever gone live? When have you gone live?
I got a time and date for that. When I go live, it's gonna be spectacular.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. He didn't even answer
You know
my
what I'm
question.
saying? When I go live, it's gonna be a memorable.
It's called never. You have never gone live.
I know, but if you watch my channel, you'll know exactly when I'm going live, and when it happens, it's gonna be the greatest exposed event that's ever happened.
Oh my God!
Yeah, right.
Well, you just
right, bro.
LB. Hey, y'all. Hey, Lamont, I got a question for you, man.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
Yo, what up?
Okay, so I understand.
I gotta take ibuprofen this shit.
No, I understand the stuff that you're saying. My question is like, why don't you provide linear context when you say it? Because it's like you're saying what you're saying, and like I get that, but when like we bring up stuff, it's like you backtrack. I ain't trying to be disrespectful or nothing. It's just how I see it.
But what I'm saying is, I say when you say linear context, so when I'm talking about the '90s, the only reason I'm even talking about the '90s is because of how I respect the players of the '90s, so we're gonna get that straight. I know that some of them are good, but I'm not gonna be biased and act like they didn't have major flaws as well. So like when I talk about Dikembe Mutombo, yes, he was one of the greatest defenders of the '90s, but I'm also not gonna be biased and say that he was also one of the greatest offensive liabilities for his team as well, because he couldn't shoot. The same thing with Alonzo. Offensively, again, some of these greats have major flaws. You can't just. That's why I'm not so quick to just elevate some of these bigs to superstar status. Again, with Ewing, he had a number of failures. He even missed a wide layup in a big game. Like I said, I can't elevate you for that to superstar status. On top of the fact that what elevated David Robinson.
So wait a minute.
Was the MVP.
So Russell Westbrook ain't a superstar then.
Okay, but I'm not talking about Russell Westbrook. We can have that
No.
conversation.
That's why you talking about with context. You don't have no context to what the fuck you saying, because all somebody got to do is bring up another player in the same circumstance, and your shit falls apart.
That makes no sense to compare Russell Westbrook to Ewing.
We ain't talking about them as positions and guards. We talking about them as players.
As
superstars.
Because now I never said. First of all, you don't even know my perspective on Russell Westbrook. I never said he was a superstar or not.
Nigga,
So
you
why
done
were you
said
even
that
bringing
shit
that up?
before,
Like
nigga.
you bring up
We
random
had that
players.
argument the other day when I was talking about James Harden and that nigga.
I never said Russell was no
You
superstar.
said that shit to me.
No,
What are you talking
no.
about?
No,
We just had that
because
shit on
that's
chicken shit
not
like a
my
week ago.
perspective. That's not my perspective on Russ.
Stop it. So
So
you
I
change
know
your
that's
own
not true.
perspective at will then. That's what you're
All right.
saying.
Well, if you got that on video, then again, go make
Nigga, it's on chicken shit. We was live. What are you talking about?
All right, so if you have me saying that, which I know I didn't say
Bro,
that because I know
Ticket
my
has it
perspective on
and
it.
it's live and he puts the shit out all the time.
Okay,
So we can
then
just go to his page.
go do a video on it and expose me if I said some dumb shit like that because I don't even really like Russ's
Bro,
game.
I ain't got
So I
time
know
to
that
sit here and
wasn't.
follow you up all day. You think I got Lamont laying on my goddamn mind?
But hey,
Nigga, I
like
got
I
other
said,
shit to do than worry about exposing
but you
Lamont. You
can't make
expose
up
yourself
stuff.
every time you open
You
your
can't
mouth.
make up
That's
stuff.
what my man was asking you with the
You
question.
can't make up. Okay,
He
so
just
what he was saying was
you
like
respectfully
hey,
without
Big
even
Chef,
trying.
Big Chef,
Bruh.
what I don't do
You
is
don't put
again
no
if I'm
context to
talking about.
nothing. That's what you don't do,
Can I
Lamont.
answer
You don't
Big
put
Chef's
no
question?
context to nothing. You have
So
no
Big Chef,
context to
so
anything you say. You
basically,
just
this is
get
not a
shit, bro.
comparison. I'm not comparing the '90s to this era. That's what I'm not doing.
No, what I'm
And
talking about
that's
is
what
superstars to
that's what people
superstars.
get
If
to
you say
confuse.
somebody's
What
a
I'm saying
superstar
is,
now,
in the
how can you
'90s
change the
in general,
criteria
in the
for a
90s in
superstar now
general,
to
I
fit
think
what you said to be?
everybody's too
But
quick to
everybody else can't
elevate
be a
those
superstar.
guys to superstar status when we know that those guys have serious flaws in their game.
What's
It's
your
the same
criteria,
as
bro? What's your
so
criteria
again,
for a superstar?
what my criteria, like I was trying to explain that to you. Like for me, I'll give you an example. I think David Robinson elevated himself to that superstar status, especially not just with that 70-point game, but how he got that MVP. Now, again, he eventually got a championship, even though he was doing it with Tim Duncan. But I like that, though. What I'm saying, with Ewing, never got it done. I like Hakeem Olajuwon. He did win his championships, even though Jordan was gone. He still won his championships, but his game was elevated enough even before then to say he was a superstar before he even won those championships. So I like him, too. I like Shaq. We know his dominance made him a superstar. Not just to stardom, but his game was extremely. He was probably the most dominant force at center ever. And so we have Shaq as well. So what I'm saying is, you can easily look and label certain players as superstars, but when you start saying Brad Daugherty and guys like that are superstars, then you're just forcing it. They weren't superstars.
But I'm not saying. Well, listen.
They were good
Let's
players.
get this straight. Let's get this straight. Let's get this straight once for all.
Come on, man. And
I
that's
wasn't
the
trying to
whole
push
point
him
of even
into a
doing it.
superstar, but
Y'all
you started trying to. You
elevate
led me
people
into
that
that.
don't belong in
I'm not
certain
saying he's a
positions.
superstar, but he's the next
And you
generation
just did
of
it.
superstars from that era. And I'm gonna tell you
Next.
something else. I'm gonna tell you where your argument falls apart because by what you just
There's
said.
no argument. You just said Brad
No,
Daugherty
I'm
was a
saying
superstar.
yes, it is because what
And you
you
still
just
can't
said. Lamont,
I
stop.
told you to
I mean,
explain why
you
Ewing
just
was a superstar and you couldn't.
nigga, I did it. No, you trying to explain why you say somebody's a superstar, right? But you didn't. But if you
that's
put
just
that
my
against,
subjective
hold on, wait,
criteria. It
bro.
doesn't
That's what
matter.
you just did. That's what you just did. So by what you say, in the 20 and from 2000 2020, it's only been 4 superstars in the whole NBA. By what
No,
you
that's
say.
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
That's what you said. Niggas ain't lead their team to finals. It's a lot of niggas ain't got no MVPs, defensive player
Hold
of
on.
the
What did I
year.
say about Hakeem? I
All this
said
other shit you
Hakeem.
talking
What
about.
did I just say about Hakeem? I said Hakeem was a superstar even without the championships
Nigga,
because
we
his
know that.
numbers and
That's what I'm
because his
trying to tell you.
production.
We know
So
that.
what I'm saying is, I'm not just being biased towards actually winning. Your production does matter, but
So
I
how
got to
did
see it all. I got to see it all come together and actually push you to that elite level. We can't just start throwing everybody
So wait
who
a minute,
actually
bro.
dropped
This is
20
what I'm trying
points
to
a game
say.
in the
This is what I'm
season
trying to say, though.
to
How
superstar
are you
status.
saying Patrick Ewing? How are you saying Patrick Ewing is
What did he do
not
that put
elite
him at
when he
superstar
got to
status?
the
He was a good
finals?
player. He was a good player.
Bruh, he was a fucking superstar level player.
Okay, I
What are you
mean that's
talking
to
about?
you. To me, he
That's to
wasn't.
everybody. There's nobody that's gonna be there and say, "Oh, Patrick Ewing, he was decent."
Okay, but again,
Come on, man.
that's all a
Who's gonna
part of
say
it.
Patrick Ewing wasn't a superstar in
This
the
is
90s?
a part of the myth
What are you
that
talking about?
y'all try to prop up all these '90s
Matter of fact,
guys
hold on.
without bringing up their flaws.
Hey, everybody in the chat, which one of y'all agree with Lamont and say that Patrick Ewing was just a good player? He wasn't a superstar
I
in the
said
90s.
he was all-star. Be correct. I said he was
Who
all-star.
say he wasn't a superstar in the 90s?
I said he was all-star.
Anybody agree with him? Didn't think so. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
All right.
Go outside. Go outside your house. Go to the fucking. Go outside your house and go to the store and just ask niggas in the parking lot what they think of Patrick Ewing and see how many people agree with you.
But this is what happens in the '90s when you elevate. Y'all said Chris Mullin was a superstar in the '90s, and again, I'm not talking about this
Chris Mullin's a Hall of
but I'm saying
Famer.
in general. But what I'm
He's
saying,
a fucking Hall of Famer.
Okay, but does he belong in the Hall of Fame? Just like Tracy
Nigga, in the
McGrady.
90s, he was averaging
McGrady belong there.
25 and 7.
Okay, but
What the
And
fuck are you
Patrick
talking
Ewing in the Hall of
about?
Fame
what
too.
did Chris Mullin do other
With
than
Tim
score a whole bunch
Hardaway,
of points? What I'm
bruh.
saying, what
What
did
did
Chris
Damian
Mullin
Lillard done
do
but score a whole
to
bunch
be
of points?
elevated to?
What did
So the
Damian
same
Lillard
with
done?
Bill Walton.
What did
What
Russell
did Bill
Westbrook
Walton
done
do?
except get a whole bunch of stats?
Oh my god! So why are we talking about players that are still playing? Like that's
What I'm
dumb.
trying
It's
to
like
tell you
stupid
is,
to even
when
do that.
Patrick Ewing was playing, he was
Jesus
considered a
Christ!
superstar. When we talking about
Ain't
players now
Patrick
that
Ewing a
are
Hall of
playing,
Famer?
we have ranks for
All right,
superstar, star, and all that shit,
all
right?
right, all right,
Okay,
all
then
right.
what the hell are you talking about? You sound
All right.
crazy.
Like I said,
Why are we talking about players that's
you
playing?
just
Because
got
we
to
talking
score
about a
20
player that
points a
did
game
play.
and you're a superstar. So we understand
What?
that.
You said what?
If you score 20 points a game, you're a superstar in your eyes. So that's your
No,
criteria.
Patrick Ewing
I
scored
like
more
it.
than 20 points per game in a
All
lot
right,
of seasons.
all right.
Multiple
I
seasons.
like
He
that
also
criteria.
had, Patrick Ewing also averaged over 3 blocks a lot of
Oh,
seasons.
well,
He
Ewing
also
had
averaged over
more
10
help.
rebounds
Ewing had
a
more
lot of
help than a
seasons.
lot of these players, and still couldn't
What
get it done.
help? What help? I asked you
Oh
who
my
the
God!
second best scorer on the team
Hold on.
was, and you can't tell me that.
Did Ewing have more help than David Robinson? Yes or no?
With Dave Robinson having Sean Elliott and them boys? No.
Huh?
No,
Okay.
he did not.
Okay.
He did
All right.
not.
All right. Did Ewing have more help than Elijah Wan?
Did Ewing have more help than Elijah Wan? With Elijah Wan having Kenny Smith them and Sam Cassell and Robert Horry them?
Yeah.
And Patrick Ewing having Charles Oakley and Hubert Davis and Derek Harper them? I think the Rockets
You can
have
name a few.
the better help
All
offensively.
right.
Yes.
Oh, but you say that now because their end result was a
Nigga, we
championship.
know that these
But if
boys
you
was
go
better
player for
offensively,
player,
bro.
if
Who
you
you
go
giving the
player for
ball to
player,
first?
the Knicks
Charles
had a better
Oakley.
roster.
Who you getting a bucket from before first? Charles Oakley or Robert
Oh
Horry?
my God! Charles Oakley wasn't the designated go-to scorer.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The designated go-to scorer was Patrick Ewing.
Right.
What are you
I'm not
talking
saying he
about?
wasn't. I'm not saying he
So what
wasn't
are
the
you
go-to
talking
scorer.
about? The
Okay,
man was
what
put
I'm
on the
saying is,
team
why
where
are
he
you
is the
acting
only
like?
all-star on the team his whole fucking career.
Oh my
Gets the
God!
boys to the finals. Damn.
All right.
Twice. What the
So
fuck are you
Josh
talking
Hart, are you
about?
saying
He
Josh
went
Hart
against
was a
somebody that
bum?
was just better.
Are you saying
He went
Charles
against a
Smith was
dude
a
that was
bum?
better than him, bro. Damn.
Are you saying Oakley and Mason were bums?
I didn't say they was bums, bro. I'm
Are you
talking
saying
about
Derek Harper was a
offensively.
bum?
You're
Are you
not
saying
getting
Derek Harper
buckets from
was a
Anthony.
bum?
Anthony Mason's giving you like 11 points per game,
Are you
bro.
saying Hubert Davis was a bum?
Charles Oakley is giving you 11 points per game. I'm not
Okay.
calling them bums.
All right.
They're not there for
So I'm
offense.
just naming
That
you
team was
players
a
who can't.
defensively built
All
team.
right, bro. All right.
The only
Well, like I
scores we
said,
had
man,
on
if
the
y'all
team
can't
was
be
when we
honest
had
about
Hubert
the simple
Davis
stuff, then
and
we
when we
can't have
had
a
John
conversation.
Starks, bro.
If you can't be honest about that simple question, this
I'm
is why
being
we can't
fucking
have
honest. What are
conversations
you
about the
talking
game.
about? I didn't call them boys no bums. You
If you
are.
say that Houston roster was better than the Knicks roster, then
Dog,
like I said, you're
Carlos
not being
Herrera,
honest.
Otis Thorpe. Listen, Carlos Herrera, Otis Thorpe, Vernon Maxwell, motherfucking Sam Cassell, and motherfucking Kenny Smith are offensively better than Charles
Okay,
Oakley.
why are we talking about offense? We're talking about just
Nigga, that's
overall.
what you gotta
Who
do to
cares?
That's
score,
what
bro.
you
You know what I'm trying to tell
Okay,
you?
so why
Elijah
you
Wan had
guys?
more offensive help than
Why are you talking
motherfucking
about
Patrick
offense?
Ewing.
And Ewing had more
Right.
defensive help.
All right,
So
so
what? You gotta fucking score to win.
hold up. Time out.
No, you
Time
play
out.
defense wins games.
Time out,
You
Lamont.
gotta score to win. You can play defense all night and
Hey,
still lose.
hold up,
nigga.
everybody. Hold up. Now,
Tell that to the Pistons.
Lamont, don't you always say, right, with you, CJ, and Spiffy on Ticket Channel, don't y'all always say the object of the game is put the ball in the basket?
No, that's not what I said. That's what they said. I never said that.
Okay, so
Oh
you
my
even
Yeah,
God.
had to say that.
CJ said that to you
You ain't
one
even
day,
had to
and
say
that
that.
wasn't me.
Okay, me ask you something. Ain't the object of the game is put the ball in the basket, and the object is to score more than the other team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So
Okay.
with
Where
that
did the
being
saying
said,
come from? Defense win championships. Where did that saying come from?
okay, but at the end of the day,
Football.
you can have good defensive players all
No.
day long. If they can't score the basketball, what difference does it make?
So what I'm saying is this, man. Y'all act like the Knicks team. The Knicks team, yes. You name a few players on Houston who were slightly better offensively.
I
But
named a whole bunch of players, nigga.
okay, so across the board, that
They
Knicks team
already
player for player was
did.
better.
And you
What are you
still
talking
won't
about?
win.
So what I'm saying
How
is
many
y'all
games did it take
y'all
Houston to
acting
beat
like
the Knicks,
Ewing.
bro?
7
Okay,
games. It took them 7
you're
games to beat
acting like
us.
That's with all the defense in the world the Knicks was
okay.
playing. Patrick
And here's
Ewing
You're
being
another
the
thing,
acting
main
like
offensive
Ewing
weapon,
didn't
bro.
have any help.
They just had
Lamont,
Houston had more
defense does
offense,
help you need
bro.
to score.
Y'all you doing is just yelling. You ain't allowing me to say nothing, but that's fine.
You ain't saying
Lamont,
nothing that make no goddamn sense.
All right.
Lamont, can I give you an example? Okay.
An example of what?
Just listen.
Hey,
Golden
hey,
State
hey,
did not score the
Oh,
last
Gideon
4
can talk
minutes
now.
of Game 7. All right, the Warriors did not score the last 4 minutes of
Why are
Game
we talking about the
7.
Warriors? We're talking
Just
about the Knicks and the
listen.
Rockets of
I'll
the
give you.
90s.
I'll give. Just listen. The Warriors did not score the last 4 minutes of Game 7. Okay, and ended up losing
Two
by 4.
completely different teams,
Offense
completely
is not
different eras.
different. Offense does matter. All right. If the Warriors
I
just
didn't say
stayed
it doesn't
down the
matter.
stretch, it would have
It's
won.
not what I said, Gideon. So stay in, like I said, if you want to keep context, that
Let's
wasn't
keep
what I
context
was
like
saying.
this then.
What I'm
Bro,
saying
When the
is
Knicks,
this,
offense
when the
doesn't
Knicks
matter.
played,
It helps you win
Gideon, so
games,
you don't
not
go on a
just defense.
diatribe for no reason. I'll stop you right there so I'll explain what I'm getting at because he's leading you on. What I'm saying is this: the Knicks team, I don't care about offense. I'm talking about just the team in general.
Oh,
Overall,
boy.
the Knicks roster with Ewing they had a better roster than Houston did.
no, they did not.
And
They
they, no,
did.
no,
They
let's make-
did. I'm from New
they,
York.
they had
No,
a
they did
better
not.
roster
No,
players
they
on
didn't.
Where was they better? Where was they better?
Yes, they did. They had to me.
Hey,
They
hold
had a
on,
better
hold on.
roster.
I'm interested in listening to this. So, how is the Knicks roster better than the Rockets? Go ahead. Don't
Yeah,
nobody come
Well,
up with mine. I want to
I
listen to
think
this.
first of all, defensively, I think the Knicks player for player had a far superior defensive team. One. Now we're not gonna act like the Knicks didn't have good shooting because they did have good shooting. When you look at Hubert Davis, good 3-point shooter, Derek Harper, good 3-point shooter, John Starks, a good 3-point shooter. So you got shooting right there. And even when they had Xavier McDaniel, I know he wasn't there during the championship run. He was a good shooter himself, and he was a good scorer. So, and then when we look at players like Anthony Mason, who could score on the low block, and he's had seasons where he had double figure scoring. Same with Charles Oakley, he was able to get it done down low. He was a physical presence who was good in that era. Again, what we're doing is let's not diminish those players and act like they're not as good now just to make a point. When other times you guys have clearly said that these guys were actually good players. I'm not saying that they were all-stars. I'm not saying they're going to go out and drop 20 and 10. They didn't need to on that Knicks team because they did it across the board using their whole team. Now, that Houston team was more top-heavy with their scoring. Now, when you look across the board, Otis Thorpe wasn't a high-volume scorer, but he got clean-up buckets. Kenny Smith wasn't a high-volume scorer. He was able to hit threes for him. Sam Cassell wasn't even a starter for that team, but he was able to come in and give them some points. So, again, let's not elevate them. So, other than and even Robert Horry at that time, he was good, but he might have averaged double-figure scoring. I can't remember. But what I'm saying is he wasn't even a dominant scorer at that time. So again, they were top heavy. They didn't have as much depth as the Knicks, and they were still able to get it done.
Okay, the difference between hold on, y'all. Hold on. The difference between that, you labeled off Sam Cassell. Did you realize Sam Cassell was a rookie?
Right.
Well, yes, he was. That's why one of the reasons why I factor that into my equation, saying the Knicks were better.
And you named
Robert
Xavier
Horry
McDaniel, who wasn't even there when they played.
Like in his rookie
LB,
second
thanks
year
for
as
making
well.
my point. What I'm saying is Sam Cassell was a rookie. He wasn't playing that much.
Sam Cassell averaged 12 points in the finals against the Knicks, bro.
I know, but he did better than what he normally does against that team, which was surprising.
Robert Horry, and matter of fact, that team, they had 7 dudes in double figures that year, bro. Those years. Most of the years, Hakeem. Listen, bro.
Didn't that surprise you?
Listen, bro. If you're talking about teams overall, bro. Nobody see you trying to make it wasn't good. I think that Knicks team was a great team. I think there was good players, real good players. But Ewing was the superstar with a bunch of good players. And at the end of the day, if we go player for player, and you talking about they was top heavy, if you look at so were the Rockets. The Rockets had Mario Elie, Otis Thorpe, Carlos Herrera, all in double figures, Sam Cassell, and motherfucking Robert Horry, and your boy coming off the bench with them, Vernon Maxwell was there. Like
Vernon Maxwell started. He didn't come off the bench.
Okay, well, listen, this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, bro. Start or no start. Vernon Maxwell's giving you buckets too. Right. John Starks was always inconsistent. Remember, John Starks went what? Was it 2 for 18 or some shit?
Yeah,
come on, bro. What are you talking about? He's a shooter. Hubert Davis was like a 12-point a game score. That's cool. You don't have nobody. There's nobody on that Knicks team.
See, this is what I mean why we can't have this conversation. Because you talk about John Starks having one bad game and then label him as not.
The bad game was at the worst time, right? So he's not consistent. And that wasn't just one bad game. He had bad games against the Bulls.
Layup at the worst time. Is he?
Bro, he had bad games against the Bulls. He's had more moments of failure than goddamn Patrick Ewing has.
You talk about
you got one layup on Pat. Okay, cool.
Label a player's whole career. Let's stop with the fucking bullshit.
You the one bullshit, nigga. What you talking about?
And this is why I give Lamont, because when you have bad games at the worst possible times, that defines your legacy right there.
Okay,
Right.
so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
What it
Steph
is.
Curry is 0 for 8 in the clutch. Isn't he still the greatest shooter of all time?
That's debatable.
Oh,
Stop.
but you know what?
Like I
It
said,
is, man.
quit sounding
And that's why it's debatable.
Do you know?
It's not debatable. It's
Yes,
Steph
it
Curry's the
is.
greatest shooter of
Shooting
all
doesn't
time.
only
And if
That's
you
involve
why
say
it's
it's
threes,
debatable,
Lamont.
then
It's
you're a
also
fucking
mid-range.
crackhead.
Bro, Lamont, shooting
Come on,
doesn't only involve threes, okay? There's also
Okay, I'm not
mid-range.
saying that.
Okay.
Like,
How can I
when
say
you
Curry's
talking
the
to somebody who
greatest shooter
actually
ever if he
does
doesn't
this,
take mid-range
like I
shots?
said, so
I
stop
can't
with
just say that.
that. Stop with that. Like I said, textbook talk with me, man. Come on, man.
Nah,
You
you
can talk normal with me.
Bro, shooting
Come on,
doesn't
man.
only
Stop
all
involve
that
with
bullshit,
corners.
Lamont.
It's
that.
also
Hey, Gideon.
mid-range.
So who's the
Like,
greatest shooter of all time, Gideon, in your eyes?
the greatest shooter ever?
Yeah.
That's very tough, though. It
Oh,
really
come
is.
on, man. Let's get
It's
with y'all.
tough. It's Larry Bird,
Come on,
Reggie
man. Come
Miller,
on,
Ray
Larry
Allen.
Bird.
It's tough.
Come on. Come
It's
on.
true. It's not. It doesn't. Okay. Here's what
You
I.
got Reggie Miller.
Lamont, listen.
You just said it wasn't about all threes, and all Reggie
All
did was
right,
shoot
but
threes.
Miller can hit it from
And he shot
distance.
catch
Damn
and shoot
lie.
threes
So can
only.
Larry Bird.
Brady only shot 6 threes
Ray Allen.
one time per game in one season. That's it. Everything else was under that. What are you talking about?
All right, y'all.
How the fuck?
Come on, stop it.
Man, you sound crazy,
Stop
dude.
it.
You don't even know
hold on,
basketball.
hold on. Hey, who's your
You ain't know
greatest
about
shooter
the
of all
players you
time?
talking about.
Who's your
You
greatest
said
shooter
you
of all
didn't
time?
know what?
Who is your greatest shooter of all time?
Reggie Miller. Arguably Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, or Steph Curry.
Or
It's
Larry
between
Bird.
three.
No,
I like
give me
I
one
like-
name.
Between them
Give me one
three.
name so I can lock it in.
Nigga,
All right,
it's
hey, listen,
arguable.
listen,
Nigga.
hey,
That's
hey,
the whole
hold
point.
up,
It's
hold up,
arguable.
everybody. Hold
You
up.
can't give niggas one name when it's
Hey.
arguable.
Hey, hold up. I got a donation I gotta announce. And shout out to Jacob Jennings for his Cash App donation. He says for lunch with me again. Hey man, I appreciate those Wingstop you got me yesterday, homie. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate your contribution to the channel. All right. Now, when it comes to the whole Reggie Miller dynamic, year by year, right? The year that he shot the most threes was 6.6 in 96-97 season. If
Like
you
I
go
told
to,
you.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on. And
He's a better shooter than Steph
his
Curry.
rookie year, he only averaged 2.1 3-point attempts. The next year, 3.3.
Is he a
Next year,
better shooter than Steph
4.4.
Curry?
It's
Next
Yeah.
debatable, like I
only
said.
3.9. This guy ain't average. Man,
I
look,
don't know.
if he's
I'm asking
shooting
the whole
threes,
panel. I need a
look, if
consensus
he's
on
shooting
this.
threes
Is
now,
Reggie Miller a better shooter than Steph Curry?
if he's shooting threes,
LB, is Reggie Miller a
got
better
the
shooter
ability
than
to
Steph
shoot
Curry?
threes back then, like they do now, you know how much
LB,
of a
is he a better
Reggie
shooter
Miller
than Steph
beat?
Curry? Is he a better shooter than Steph Curry?
Yeah, and the whole totality of it, yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
he is. I think so.
Oh my God.
It's
What are you
all
talking
opinion.
about?
Lamont, you can get an answer. It's all opinion.
This is what I mean, man.
Steph Curry gets listen. This is where your shit fall
You
apart,
hit it from the
Lamont.
parking lot.
Y'all
Steph
just
Curry,
said Reggie Miller was a better
gets to
shooter than Steph
attempt.
Curry.
He is.
Okay,
Steph
all right.
Curry gets to attempt twice as much as Reggie ever
Okay.
got.
All right. Okay.
What are you
All
talking
right.
about? So if Reggie
Hey.
got to shoot
All
twice as much,
right.
what
We
the
see
fuck?
that y'all are gonna lie to make up any
How
narrative.
would lie?
Nigga, he tell you the
We can't have
stats.
this conversation, man.
You only
You
look
sound
at
stupid as hell.
All right. So again, this is why the videos were made, because y'all try to prop up the 90s. Y'all can't be
We're
honest
not.
and say that
We're-
Steph Curry's a
we're
better
not.
shooter than Reggie Miller, and you're lying.
How we're lying?
Stop
Listen,
it,
How?
man.
Come on.
Yeah, how are we lying
Vito,
though?
this is an excellent content
More
for
than just
you.
three.
And Reggie hit more clutch shots than from
Wow.
three
I don't
than
care,
motherfucking Steph.
All right.
Mr. 0 for
Okay.
8, nigga.
Okay. All right. Reggie Miller. He's a great shooter. Not better than Steph, though.
That's your
Nigga,
opinion. That's your opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion, bro.
All right.
That's your opinion, bro.
So you saying that he's a better shooter than Ray Allen too?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
That's arguable at best, bro.
Hold on. But Ray Allen even said it.
But that's what he says.
Hold on. Ray Allen said it's not even close. They asked him. He said it's not even close.
Okay, but
Pull this up, man.
Yeah, I need
I can't
evidence
go over
to
this
say
nigga's
he
skin.
said that. I need
okay.
some
Yeah, I gotta
evidence.
confirm this shit.
Oh,
Ray Allen said it
evidence.
was close, right?
so now, I'll be glad to bring up the video, man. I love doing that.
so Lamont, I want to ask you something. If Kobe says Shaq carried up to 3 rings, will you believe that?
Yeah, because what happened? Because even Phil Jackson admitted it. He said when they got to
Shaq
the
carried
finals,
Kobe. That's what you're saying.
listen. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. Especially in a couple of those finals, there were a couple of those finals where Phil Jackson specifically told Kobe, "Get us there." And then when they got to the finals, they switched it up and said Shaq. Now finish it for us because of the matchups. So a lot of times, I mean, it was tit for tat. I don't like using that argument because they both worked hand in hand with each other. There were certain matchups where we needed Kobe to dominate. There were other matchups we needed Shaq to dominate. They just kind of went hand in hand. When you have two superstars on your team like that, you can do stuff like that. So that's not a fair assessment because they had so much flexibility in how they could dominate teams. It was just unfair. So again, that's not. It's that to even ask one or the other that question. You're still talking about two superstar greats, two top 10 players of all time.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that
So
if
that's
Kobe, listen, I'm saying is that if Kobe said out of his mouth, Shaq carried him to the 3P, would you agree with that or not?
There were certain series where Shaq had to carry. There were certain series where Kobe had to carry.
I didn't say series. I said overall.
Yeah, but if that's his assessment, then that's his assessment. When you got the greatest big man or
would
most
you
dominant
agree
big
with it
man
or
of all
not? That's what
time,
he asking you.
Not. I don't want
to. Yes, I would agree with that.
Come on, dude.
I wouldn't agree with that shit.
Yes, because and the only reason
That's a
why I
nigga
agree with that. Listen, the only
That's
reason
a
why I agree
nigga
with
being
that is because when
respectful of his
Shaq left the
teammate,
team,
bro.
we
That's what you
saw
understand,
how
bro.
Kobe struggled until he got another All-Star with him. So again, that's being more than respectful. That's telling the truth. We saw him
Who did
struggle
Kobe had on that team?
without a dominant
You said
big.
what? You saw Kobe what?
We saw how Kobe struggled when
What
Shaq
struggle?
left.
What struggle?
Right. Okay, so
what individual struggle was Kobe
how
having?
many championships did they win until they got Paul Gasol?
Nigga, who was on the team?
Okay, so
besides Kobe. How
okay,
many? Hold on, wait, Lamont. This is where I got your ass. Take Kobe off that team after Shaq left too.
Off that team.
How many motherfucking rings are they going to get? How many first overall picks would the Lakers have had without Kobe and Shaq?
Take Shaq off those championship teams. How many championships do they win?
Oh, they might be able to scrounge one, depending on who you replace them with.
Oh my God!
This one I'm trying to take. All right, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this.
They don't beat Portland without Shaq. There's a lot of teams they don't beat.
Kobe could. How the fuck do you know that?
Is what I'm saying.
Who was stopping Kobe in Portland? Nobody.
Okay, this is why.
If you talking about young Kobe, if you talking about first year Kobe, come on, bro. First of all, Kobe was drafted to the team, right?
All right. This is
so Kobe was coming out the bench at first, right? So wait. Let's keep shit in context, because this is what you like to lose context by just throwing people off teams and shit. Shaq was on the team.
So you just did the same thing.
Because Jerry West knew him and Kobe could one day dominate together. But in the beginning, it was all about Shaq, right? So you can't take Shaq off the team because he's the reason that he's in it. The reason he's on the team is because Jerry West wanted him on the fucking team anyway. So when Shaq left and Kobe was with Smush Parker them, that nigga was averaging 35 and he was getting them boys. He got them in the playoffs twice. Nigga, where they wasn't even supposed to be there. You understand what I'm saying? Without Kobe on that team, with Smush them niggas is the number one pick every damn year.
Yeah, we'll be a lottery pick.
It's true, man.
So what the hell are you talking about, bro?
Hey, Lamont, I have another question for you. If Steph Curry literally said Draymond Green's a superstar, would you believe him?
Check out your tongue?
Come on, answer the question.
Lamont, if Steph Curry really said that Draymond Green is a superstar, would you believe him?
Come on now. The NAACP mic is on. Answer.
I have another question. We all know Lamont thinks the 73-9 Warriors were a super team. Okay, if Steph Curry said that the 73-9 Warriors were not a super team, would you believe him?
I believe they wasn't a super team. They just had two all-stars with a bunch of good role players.
Exactly. They had one superstar, an all-star, defensive player of the year, and role players. That's all they have.
That's it, bro.
Speaking of Stephen Curry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hitman X brought up an interesting point, right? He's saying that Klay Thompson is a better shooter than Steph, and you know what? I can make an argument for that.
I can make an argument for it too, though.
I mean, Klay can shoot, but he's hot and cold sometimes. You know, you don't know what you can get from Klay Thompson sometimes.
But
Klay be having the better percentages.
But as a shooter, you're going to go through those hot and cold streaks.
Yeah, that's every shooter.
Personally, for me, I think Steph Curry is a better shooter than Klay Thompson, but not by much.
I think when Klay's hot, he's hot.
Right here.
I give Steph over Klay. But like I said, bro, if Reggie Miller was shooting 10 to 12 threes a game, for 1 or 2 seasons, bro. Just imagine what those numbers would look like, bro. Just imagine.
Yeah. Imagine if Ray
The
Allen
nigga was
shot 10
cooking.
threes.
Thank you. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this dude don't even think in no context. So like, bro, the dude you seeing do this shit, they're getting way more of a green light because
so
the
let me ask
game
y'all
is
this.
made behind the three now.
And you
It
know,
was made from inside out back in them days. So
Let me
that
ask y'all
shooting the
this.
three was a
Let me ask y'all
bad thing
this.
unless it was a good shot in
and
a
think
good
about
moment.
Hey, hold
think
up, everybody. Let me ask y'all this, right? So
Okay.
we say a lot of people saying, some people say Klay Thompson's a better shooter. Some people say Steph's a better shooter. But who would you trust with the ball in crunch time?
Clay.
Clay.
definitely.
Clay.
To me, it depends on the night, though. If Clay is hot, I'd say Clay. If not, I'd say Steph.
I
would say Steph, but Steph don't show up in the playoffs to do that shit enough for me.
So here's the easy answer. If you're starting a team and you had to pick between Clay and Steph, who you starting the team?
Steph Curry, duh.
Steph Curry, of course.
Steph.
Because he can ball handle and he can play make.
Listen, Clay's an all-star, but he's not a superstar to me.
That's not the good, but see, that's not a good question, Lamont, really, because Steph does more offensively with the ball than Clay can do, hands down. And he can do the off-ball stuff too. So of course you would pick him.
Yeah, no, we're talking about just overall value.
That's what we were talking about, but we were talking about three-point shooting. That's what I'm saying. Now we ain't talking about overall value. Overall value, Steph. Steph is a superstar. Clay is a star.
That's what I'm saying.
All-star.
So what I'm saying is, like I say, overall, Steph is and not just when we're talking about scoring. Steph scoring is more impactful. When Steph goes crazy, we don't have to worry about any clutch moments because the motherfucker's gonna blow your team out and he's gonna sit the whole fourth quarter.
But I can't say that though because I think about Klay Thompson at times was not getting the ball that he should. Now, if he would have been on another team, he probably get the same grade that Stephon is too. So let's be honest.
I can't agree with that one.
He's going to see some points. You know, I mean, he's going to see some points. You know,
I'm basing it off what we've seen and not what I can take a guess on. Like I can only that we can only take.
We don't let Klay Thompson go off. We see Klay Thompson score 37 a quarter.
And he had to do that when Steph be cold.
We haven't seen Klay do it with the consistency that Steph has.
Because he don't get the ball really that much.
Because there have been nights where Klay has went extremely cold and he stayed on the floor because of his elite defense.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's not also forget now that night when Steph was 0 for the whole first half against the Rockets. Klay was still doing his thing. Klay was keeping him in the game.
Individual game, but as far as consistency,
I'm just saying though, we talking about individual games.
Steph is
because there's more games where they're both cooking than not. That's what I'm saying.
About individual games, yes.
You're talking about individual games.
OKC.
That's what we're talking about.
So what I'm saying is consistency across a whole season is Steph Curry.
Klay's not a consistent shooter.
You don't have a conversation.
Klay consistently do what he do. What are you talking about?
Klay Thompson is not a consistent shooter.
Man, get out of here.
Klay was the third option and still getting you 20.
Get out of here, man.
What are you talking about?
We just literally said that shooters will have hot and cold nights.
Klay gets hot. He's one of the best shooters.
Hold on. We can't say any shooter will have a hot and cold night. Then turn around and say that then Curry is more consistent. There's nights where Curry has hot and cold nights too. 13.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Can do more. I mean, Steph can do more. Even if Steph is say 0 of 8 from 3, he can penetrate to the rim, can put the ball on the floor. Klay can't do that though.
And if we talking about strictly 3-point shooting, they're both hot and cold guys. That's why they needed Kevin Durant. They needed a guy that can get a bucket any kind of way you need because they're gonna be hot and cold.
I mean, look, yes, Steph has his bad night shooting, but Steph Curry. To me, every time you see him shoot the ball, you feel, it's going in. Klay, it depends on the night, all right? If he's hot, it's going in. If he's not, I feel it's not going in. You know what I mean? That's just me, though.
No, I disagree with that, Gideon.
Yeah, me too.
I definitely disagree with that.
Because I done seen 20 games where Steph have bad shooting nights from 3, but he be cooking everywhere else. He be pulling up mid-range. He be doing his dribble moves, getting to the basket, getting fouled. Yeah. He can do that because Klay is basically a 90% off-ball player. The 10% he uses is one dribble pull-up. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Catch and shoot.
Catch and shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Klay Thompson can play both ends.
Yeah.
Klay's a bad defender, Curry. Yeah.
That one could do it.
Plus, Klay is really more durable than Curry, too. You got to look at that because Curry will get nicked and banged up. His ankles ain't never been,
Yeah, that's true.
Really
Klay don't get injured like that.
Klay just got injured. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but I still think Steph is a better overall player anyway because he got more to his game. You know
Steph
what
is
I'm saying?
obviously a better overall player. Obviously, you have to
Bro.
be crazy to think Clay's better than Steph. You have to be crazy.
You mean overall player? You mean even Steph Curry is better? He played better defense.
All right, okay. Underrated one. I want to ask you, who do you think is a better overall player, Jimmy Butler or Steph Curry?
That's a hard one.
Who do you think if we're gonna base off defense, who do you think is a better overall player, Jimmy Butler or Steph Curry?
I'll pick Jimmy Butler because I know Jimmy Butler.
Curry, what?
You know what makes that tough, Gideon? Jimmy Butler's defense in general is of course better than Steph, but it's way better than Steph. You know, where Steph's offense is, even though Jimmy got, the mid range game, Steph Curry's 3-point shooting is what's going to always put him above people. Because everything else, Jimmy's better at getting to the basket and scoring inside and stuff.
Jimmy Butler's tougher. I'll be fair. Butler's tougher going to the bucket, and his defense is locked in. Curry's just a better 3-point shooter. But here's the thing.
I'm gonna tell you something else Jimmy got over Steph.
Jimmy Butler's tough.
Jimmy's leadership and his mentality is stronger than Steph's.
Sure, and Butler's a better mid-range shooter than Steph. Butler's a better mid-range shooter than Steph. Steph doesn't mid-range a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's hard, but Steph's 3-point shit is going to actually make him.
So hold up, Gideon.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. You say you was about to get on underrated for saying that Jimmy Butler's the better player, but I thought you're supposed to be good on both sides of the ball.
Right, exactly.
I look at both sides, though. I mean, I look at both sides. Defensively, Butler's way better than Curry. We know that. But offensively, I gotta go with Curry though. Offensively, and also
as a better overall player.
I'm going with Butler. Though. Butler's more tougher.
All right, let's do it like this. Scale. We could do the actual like areas, right? So let's look at 3-point shooting, right? We know. Let's go from 0 to 10. For Steph Curry will be a 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy Butler will be like a 6 or a 5 or something, right?
Around there, yeah. Butler can hit 3 sometimes, yeah.
Okay, mid range. Steph will be like a 6, and Jimmy would be like a 8, or 9, right? Yeah. Jimmy mid range game is like behind DeRozan and Kawhi, and KD them. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good like that. So I give him like a 8, right?
Dribbling.
So he got that. Steph got the 3 by a lot. He got mid range by a little bit more. Inside scoring. Steph would be a what?
Butler's a better inside.
5 or 6.
Okay. Let's give him a 6 to be generous because he can't score sometimes, but he ain't trying to go in there with the trees all the time. Sure. Jimmy Butler going in there scoring. What do you think that is? Like, it's like at least like an 8 or a 9.
Around that.
That's what gonna sound like an 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Yeah, I take that.
So all right, and that's so offensively, other than 3-point shooting, Jimmy got him. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's by a little bit because
he's more flashier.
Of course, Steph is more flashier, but Kawhi's not flashy. But Kawhi's better than Steph.
Oh yeah. Kawhi's way better than Steph. Yeah.
Yeah, now flashiness. Yeah, Steph got the flashiness, but he got to be flashy because he's little. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy ain't got to be flashy because he use fundamentals. He's got the size and shit. That's another advantage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay, go.
So let's look at defense. Let's look at defense real quick. We know it's going to go to Jimmy, but Steph. Let's look at rebounding. Now Jimmy got Steph holding rebounding, but for a point guard, Steph Curry does rebound pretty well. He gets like 5 or 6.
True.
I can't take that away from him, especially in the finals. That nigga be rebounding like a beast.
Yeah,
that nigga out rebound Christian Thompson.
Yeah, he did in 2017. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, he was for a point guard that's like 6'3", 170, 180. That's pretty. I gotta give him his props for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm gonna give him for a point guard. I'm gonna give him like an 8 on his rebounding. He's that's real good for me. To me, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy as a small forward, 6'8", he gets about 7 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's about average, I guess, for a small forward. LeBron gets 7. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. LeBron gets sometimes less than that. LeBron.
Yeah. So we'll put it at what? We'll have them tied on rebounding. I say they about tied in rebounding for their position. You know what I'm saying?
Curry's a better passer than Butler.
Yeah, Curry got. Yeah. All right, let's put a number to it. Curry passing would be 0 to 10. What y'all think?
8. I get an 8 or 7.
7.
Yeah, he's a real good passer though.
7-ish. Yeah.
All right, so give him. Let's
He's
give
a
him.
real good passer, but he's like a CP3 passer.
Yeah,
Nah,
you're right.
he's a better
So
passer
let's give him an 8. Let's give him an 8 because he's
no,
pretty decent.
CP3's a better passer than Curry.
Yeah, he is.
That's what I
CP3 would
said.
be like a 10 though. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
True.
On my scale, CP3 would be like a 10 because he's got the wherewithal and he can make all the passes too. Steph Curry, sometimes he try to do behind the backs to nobody and shit.
He try to do too much.
He try to do too much. So okay, let's give him a 7 then for the doing too much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll call him a 7 for right now. Right? Jimmy would be like a 3. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, because Jimmy doesn't get a lot. He knows how to pass, but he don't pass clear as close to
right.
Steph Curry. You know
So
what
that's
I'm saying?
a 5. Give him a 5.
All right, let's split the difference. 4.
4.
Yeah.
4 to a 7. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
4 to a 7. Well, I don't know, because he's been doing real good passing the ball, and he keep them boys in the offense, especially in Miami. All right, let's give him a 5. I think he might be a 5. He might be a 5.
5, right.
Because he
That's why I
does
said a
he
5.
does pass at the right moments, you know what I'm saying? A lot. So I give him a 5 to a 7 for Steph. All right. So Steph got him by a 2. You know, that ain't much. Defensively, we already know.
Butler's
We're looking
way
at
better.
overall defense. The only thing they might be close in maybe is steals a little bit, but
Oh
Jimmy
yeah,
still be better.
Didn't Steph Curry lead the NBA in steals in his rookie year though?
He did.
He did
So I
rookie
gotta
year. He
give him
did. He won unanimous MVP.
So
Oh yeah.
So all right. So let's look at defense then. Let's look at steals first then. So we talking about that. 0 to 10, what y'all think Steph Curry is as a point guard, you know, when it comes to steals?
I give him like a 7.
7.
It's because he won 2 steal titles.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody agree on that? All right, that's a 7 for Steph. All right, Jimmy. You don't have steal titles, but we know Jimmy's work. You know what I'm saying? What level do you think out of 0 to 10? What do you think that Jimmy is?
I give him like a
When it comes to steals,
8.
we know Steph gets off ball and off ball steals mostly, and Jimmy gets on ball steals and off ball.
I go 9.
9.
Yeah, I give him a 9.
Give him a 9. All right. So
Jim
that's 9 and 7.
That's too high for me. I say.
8.
Wait, you think Butler gets more steals than Curry?
And
On
now, it's not
ball.
really about getting more steals, but I'm saying like for Steph's position, he plays the point guard, so he's gonna have opportunities to get steals. You know what I'm saying? A lot because the ball's gonna swing back to the point guard. You know, at times a lot.
True.
And he plays the passing lanes. Jimmy, as a small forward, I feel like he gets a lot of steals for a small forward. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's one of the elite
And
on
right,
ball.
Right.
You know
and,
what I mean?
He always hold the heart. He always hold the harder person anyway. Harder pick.
Yeah.
He always do. So he always
And those
gets
steals are gonna be harder to come by. So you gotta factor that in.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I can go with at least an 8, if not a 9.
All right,
Well,
yeah. Let's see. Luda Ryder, you've been in here for a while. And you ain't said nothing. What you got on all this?
I agree. Jimmy Butler is a better defender than Steph Curry because Golden State tried their best all the time to have Steph Curry on defense because they know Steph Curry defense is not locked down like that. So,
That's facts.
True.
I mean, like for me, I think like overall, if we keep going, you know, Jimmy Butler's going to have blocks and got that on-ball defense and shit like that. And at the end of the day, if we were looking at 2 players and like they didn't, neither of them had a legacy, but we just knew they could do these things that we knew, it would be a tougher discussion than if we put names to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I'm not gonna
Steph
lie.
Curry's
If
more
I'm
of the
starting my
superstar
team-
because he's got the flair and the flash. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Jimmy Butler is not really a superstar because he doesn't play with a whole bunch of flair and flash, and you know, and he's not pulling up from 35 feet because he doesn't think that's a good shot.
But if I'm starting my team, I'm taking Jimmy Butler over Steph.
really,
That would be-
really, we ain't gonna find out how great a defense Steph Curry is in this season though, because now you don't got no Kevin Durant there to bail him out, because when the Warriors had Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, those 3 was really the better defensive players on the team. And Steph Curry didn't have
That's
to
your
worry
question.
about that.
Who y'all picking to
And
start your
David West and
franchise?
Iguodala, too. And David West and
Who y'all picking
Iguodala.
to start your franchise?
Out of them 2,
Yeah.
I was still, you know why I still had to go for Steph, only because Steph would be more of the draw for people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, box office. I
The
see.
better player
He
for
been
me to start with would be Jimmy because he's already got, you know, a lot of the grittiness in his mentality. I'd hope I could get
Yeah.
that nigga along with Steph. You know what I'm saying? If I was really trying to put together a team, but if I could only pick between one of the two, I would still just have to go for Steph because even though Jimmy's
Box
great
office.
defensively and offensively, I still need that extreme offensive Steph. That anytime that shit can just go off, he got 50. You know what I'm saying?
and he's
True.
and he box office and stuff. Butler, he's a
Yeah.
grinder. You what you see is what you get. He do
Yeah.
everything well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's hardly no minus of him. You know, it's like what you see Jimmy Butler, I'm all by the spot. I'm coming at you both ways.
Yeah.
So I understand that box office, I pick Steph.
Hey, yeah. But now, don't get me wrong. Now, I wouldn't feel like if a person said they would pick Jimmy, they would be making a bad pick. But the thing about Jimmy is a dog and he coming at you. But
Mhm.
Jimmy will, if he knows there's a player, for instance, like when he played with Derrick Rose, even when he came into his own with Derrick Rose, he still realized Rose is the better player out of the two of us. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So he didn't
Yeah.
never really try to step on Rose's feet, and Rose didn't step on his feet because he's still like a dog going in, and he still got the alpha mentality. And they both had it, but it's like they could work off of each other with it. You know what I'm saying? Because Rose ain't gonna be
Yeah.
talkative, and Jimmy Butler gonna get in the nigga face if he got to.
Oh, let me
So-
read this comment. Real Fact said, I actually think Jimmy Butler is overrated. I know all going to kill me, but let me see. I don't feel he played his full potential, but I like him tough. Like him do. He just got pushed.
I mean, y'all gotta realize something. Jimmy Butler was not a highly touted player when he got drafted by the Bulls, bro. That's my
Wasn't he
team.
like a
So I
second
remember that
round
nigga
pick?
from. Yeah, Jimmy Butler was a second round pick.
Yeah, he
Jimmy
worked
Butler
his
was
way
a
to the
second round
top.
pick out of
Man, he was
Marquette,
cut off
right?
the bench in Chicago.
Yeah, and if you look, all you gotta do is listen. Look at Jimmy Butler's college career. When Jimmy Butler went to Marquette, you know what I'm saying? Every year he went, his numbers improved. He went from like 7 to 12 to 16. Then we got to the Bulls. He's coming off the bench and he was getting minutes to play defense. You know what I'm saying? His defense was already good. You know what I'm saying? And it only improved. And he started improving his offense when he got more confidence from how he played his first couple of years. That's why when you look at his career, bro, every year his shit got better. You know what I'm saying? Every year he became more of an offensive weapon, right? Up until the
Just
point
like
where
a
now,
Kawhi Leonard.
think about when that nigga went to Minnesota. I'll give you a perfect example. He went to Minnesota, told them boys they were soft, right? Then went when they wouldn't trade him, when he wanted them to trade him, he went with the third string against Karl Anthony Towns, Wiggins in the starters, and demolished them boys all day while talking shit to the owner of the team about his team, right? Then the man gets hurt, right? And comes back for the Timberwolves and fights to get them in the damn playoffs.
Yeah,
I remember that shit because then him and Wiggins had beef.
Yeah, they did. And don't forget, Minnesota was the number 3 seed. I think they lost to the Rockets one game. Then Butler got hurt, and then Butler came back against the Lakers in April, and then against the Nuggets, they had to play a play-in game against them to make the playoffs.
That's right. And
But
they wouldn't have
Butler's
made
not
that shit
lying
without
though. They
Jimmy
is
Butler.
soft though.
But Butler wasn't wrong though. Minnesota is soft.
And then check this out. And then when he left there, he went to Philly and got them niggas to the Eastern Conference Finals by the time he joined the team. Because then when he joined the team, they was in fluctuation. They wasn't like busting ass when they got him.
The semifinals. They didn't go to the conference finals.
I'm sorry, the semifinals. But what I'm saying is Jimmy Butler was a big proponent of them boys getting to that point. You know what I'm saying? And if they really had gave the ball to Jimmy,
wasn't he?
Huh? Yeah, but see the thing was he was also guarding Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of those series. So then that's what I was saying about Jimmy. Jimmy the type player that he's like, yo, if I got to guard the best player on their team and he's a superstar level player, and I got other guys like I got Ben Simmons, I got Joel. All right, Joel, I'm gonna need you to put up some more buckets against Ibaka them, right? because I'm gonna have to hold this man down. So I might only have 16 or 18 tonight because I'm not gonna be shooting that much because I'm gonna be reserving it for defense. But I'm gonna be kicking it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need you and Ben to hold it down. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still contribute, but I ain't gonna be able to give you 25 tonight because then I'll be too tired defensively. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy don't have the same, body type as everybody else. That's what I'm saying. He's a workman that got. Oh, it's hard for a nigga to basically work off of having less athletic ability than everybody else, less speed than everybody else, and still be as good as these niggas. That's what Jimmy Butler is. Jimmy don't fly as high as everybody else. He don't run as fast as everybody else. He's strong, but he ain't as strong as everybody else necessarily. Especially not the niggas he's guarding like LeBron and shit. And he still be doing his thing. You got to get that nigga. That's why I be like, to me, I see him like he's a dude that should be considered a superstar, but I understand why he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's just that level. He's that level right under that. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about the niggas that stars, he's like one of the first stars. You know what I'm saying? You talk about.
Yeah.
If not, if you don't like, for me, you know what I'm saying?
He wasn't lying about Minnesota. Them boys was soft.
Yeah, softer than Scott tissue.
Tell me about it. Softer than cottage cheese. Yeah.
Carl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. He was getting to it with Andrew Wiggins and his brother.
Mm-hmm. And they both punks.
Tell me about it.
Wiggins should have more because you were a top 5 pick and you couldn't. And you got all you care about getting your stats, and that's it. You don't care.
No, I don't think Wiggins care about his money.
No, Wiggins is the number 1 pick. He just doesn't care about winning. He doesn't improve his game much.
I don't think Wiggins care about his money.
Pretty much. Sad, man.
Yeah. And I see he has the skills. He just don't want to improve. He don't want to. That's Jimmy Butler said. We want to work with him. Work happy. He don't have that.
Mm-hmm. He
like it's funny, Andrew Wiggins, because Andrew Wiggins is talented, but he just don't got the drive.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't.
I agree. Hey, I have a question. What team do you think could be the next dynasty of the 2010s?
Oh,
I say New Orleans. When they get older, give them a couple years. Give them like 5 or 6, 7 years.
You think the Pelicans could be the next Warriors? You think so?
With Zion, Ingram,
I would say Philly, but I don't know. It depends on this year.
I don't trust Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid in the playoffs. They don't show up to me in the playoffs.
I said if they get a legit point guard, and I'm saying they figure it out, and I feel if they get another coach, could be. But I'm saying if they get all that, you still got to wait another year for the chemistry kick in too. So I said a question mark.
The only reason I said the Pelicans because they young. You got to think, ain't they one of the youngest teams in the NBA?
Yeah, Lonzo, Ingram, Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say the Boston Celtics because Tatum getting better every year.
Yeah.
I forgot about Boston too.
Boston.
But Danny Ainge is gonna find a big guy to put on that team. And when Tatum play his real position, watch out.
To me, Dallas. I think Dallas could be a dynasty if they can get the right pieces around KP and Luka.
True. I forgot about Dallas too.
I'm telling you, man. Mark Cuban. If he can get the right pieces around Luka and KP, don't be surprised if the Mavs are the next Warriors. You know.
No.
Between them and New Orleans, Zion's gonna be a beast.
Now I did hear that the Knicks trying to get two. I heard AD want to come, and then the play from Milwaukee. Now I heard that they trying to get.
But really underrated. Nobody ain't gonna go play for Tom Thibodeau, man. Like
I'm just going by what they said. I know that. We know that.
And who wants to play the James Harden?
I'm saying if they get them to, I'm just saying if they get them to, and then they add a nice little point guard and fix their bench a little bit, but see, Todd Thibodeau, if he don't run them down,
run them to the ground.
It's not.
Yeah, that's what
I'm looking at the next 4 years because if Brooklyn do get Mark Jackson. You guys, and plus, the Clippers is not going nowhere from next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, the Clippers either too.
But don't forget, Pop might be a head coach of the Nets. You know, and I heard Pop might be the next head coach for Brooklyn.
Who?
Yeah.
Popovich. I heard that
Greg
he
Popovich.
might be the next head coach for
I
Brooklyn. Might.
I think Brooklyn and Clippers are going to be those two teams who end up being in the finals almost every year, almost for the next 3 to 4 years.
So like a Cavs Warriors type thing, right?
I would say Toronto if Giannis go to the Raptors because I could see him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If Kawhi had stayed in, people forget, had Kawhi stayed in Toronto, they almost had Paul George and Westbrook. How do you think that would have worked out?
Ooh.
I think I would have worked out because I think Kawhi would have upset Westbrook's head if he would have done that stupid shit.
I think that team would have won the championship because you have a Russell. I know Russ could be out of control, but he wants to win. You have Paul George to take over the game and Kawhi Leonard who could take over the game. But here's the problem. If they would have had those guys, they would have to lose like Fred VanVleet, and I think Kyle Lowry might be gone, and Spicy P would have been gone.
Yeah, they have to move them, yeah.
That'd be a lot of pieces you would have lost if you're
You still would have had Siakam and all them, so you would have been good.
No, Siakam. No. They'll have to lose Siakam though because that month contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to give us some pieces. Yeah.
I think the two best coaches is Doc Rivers and Mark Jackson if he comes back to be a head coach.
The two best coaches right now is Doc Rivers and Brad Stevens. If I won't be honest.
But Brad Stevens got to get it done in the playoffs.
True.
Yeah,
though.
Brad Stevens has not been in the NBA Finals yet, and he hasn't.
Yeah, he got to get it done.
He came close in 2018. He came very close in 2018, man. I want to ask you: had Kawhi went to the Lakers, do you think that team will be unbeatable?
Yeah,
they would have won the championship, but they wouldn't have been unbeatable. But I'm glad Kawhi didn't go to the Lakers. I'm glad that he got an alpha mentality. So when they was trying to sign him, Kawhi was like, "Why would I go with the Lakers
and build a tough super team?" Because think about it: Kawhi, AD, LeBron. I mean, the power will keep Rondo. Maybe they still get Dwight Howard, and with it got Danny Green. Who knows? It's like that's a really tough team.
And the thing about it, required AD and required probably put up more better numbers than LeBron, but LeBron would get all the glory.
That's why Kawhi didn't go. Have you noticed with playing with LeBron, you don't get no credit?
Pretty much, yes. I mean, at least when Kobe and MJ was around, you did hear guys like Pippen and Gasol and Odom. You heard
they got their credit.
They got their credit.
LeBron, this is all LeBron.
And rightfully so, because that's what I'm saying. That look, I like LeBron. I like LeBron, but I'm saying is that I just don't like the fan. I don't like most of the fans. It's the fans that kills me.
Yeah, like Marvin, Spiffy, and CJ and JR.
Exactly. Like JR said, and you know what JR said last time? He said that Kawhi was a fraud. Like, are you kidding me, man?
I heard him say that stupid shit.
I'm like, he said it. Oh, but he had a stacked team. Listen, San Antonio was great. We know that. But listen,
still a stacked team. What the hell?
So San Antonio wasn't stacked. They was out at their prime.
Tony Park was 29, so he was in his prime until later. So Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili were old. That's what he doesn't want to understand. And like I said, the Spurs lost in the first round to an 8-seeded Grizzlies team.
Hold up. The Spurs drafted all those guys to the team. How they a stacked team if they drafted to the team? That don't make no sense.
They were not a super team. Like, listen, Tony Parker is good, but he was more of an all-star, not really a superstar. Same thing, Ginobili. They were good, but they were not superstars. Duncan, you could say, was a superstar.
Duncan was the superstar.
Duncan is a superstar, yeah. But Ginobili and Parker were more
all-stars.
Yeah.
I look at it like this: if players come to one team who are already superstars, that's a stacked team to me.
That's why I understand how people kept saying the Warriors is a super team when their whole team was built to the draft.
That's what I'm saying. They were not a super team until Durant went there. Durant made them a super team.
Yeah.
It's like, again, Clay's an all-star. Draymond was a defensive player of the year back then, but he's not that much anymore.
Hold up. What was somebody say about Kawhi?
Remember last night remember when JR last night said that Kawhi was a fraud? Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jr. That jack off.
He
Yeah,
is
Man.
It's
I
like
started asking him a whole bunch. I started asking him questions. Then James just went to fucking cook mode and shit. You know what I'm saying? But my intention was when I asked him those questions about Kawhi, I wanted him to hang himself because it would show the inconsistencies he have between Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. I asked him last night, okay, what Kawhi couldn't do that LeBron could, or whatever like that, right? He couldn't answer that question. Okay, then I asked him about the championships and whatnot because he tried to make it seem like Kawhi had all these players on the team in San Antonio. I'm like, well, Tim Duncan was old,
and so it's money.
Ginobili and
Parker.
Tony
Parker
Parker were
became
old.
older in 2013. Parker became old in 2013.
Yeah, they were old players. So when Kawhi won that championship, and then when I ethered him saying that, at least when Kawhi won his first championship, he didn't leave to go to another team, right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Another thing, nobody was looking at Kawhi Leonard like that. Nobody was looking at Kawhi Leonard like that. Kawhi Leonard came out of. Someone could make a case that he came out of nowhere that finals. That was his coming out party.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all remember him in college? I don't.
San
He played
Diego.
for San Diego State, but still.
Kawhi was a beast, man. And here's another thing. He tried. Remember when I also asked him, said, "How do you think Toronto was a stacked team?" He said, "No, I never said it was stacked." But JR literally said, "Oh, he played on stacked teams." So what you're saying is that, Toronto was stacked. How is Toronto a stacked team? Yeah, they were a good team, but what I made a mistake with last night saying that the Raptors won 3 playoff series. I meant to say 5. I made a mistake.
Even then, we all knew what you were getting at. The problem was Toronto has never won a championship before Kawhi got there, right?
Exactly.
They got to the final. They lost to LeBron and the Cavs, and we all have seen that DeRozan just ain't it. He's not it.
Mm-hmm.
He is good. DeRozan is a good but not great player.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And don't forget, Paul Pierce was a Raptor killer too. People forget Paul Pierce was on the Nets that beat the Raptors in 2014, and Paul Pierce was on the Wizards that swept the Raptors in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Right.
So it was before LeBron. So it wasn't just LeBron stopping the Raptors. It was also Paul Pierce led teams. So
Right, exactly.
There was a reason for many years that they were calling him LeBronto.
Them boys was, Kyle Lowry and DeRozan was frozen whenever they saw that dude.
They were spooked.
LeBronto.
And also Paul Pierce. Every time they saw Paul Pierce too, they're freeze.
Yeah, they was shook. But yo, one thing people gotta realize, like I agree with y'all boys about the Spurs team. Tim and Manu was old, out of their prime by that point, and Tony Parker was still in his prime, right?
He was in his prime until like 2013 became 30. 2013 was 30.
Yeah, listen, Kawhi Leonard was the second leading scorer. You know what I'm saying? For the Spurs when he got the Finals MVP, and the best defensive player on the court. Statistically for the team. And he was only second in rebounds, I think, to Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was only second in points to Tony Parker. Tony Parker had 18.3. He had 17.8. Niggas averaging like 2 steals and a block and a half.
Weren't you averaging like 7 to 8 rebounds?
Yeah, he had like 8 rebounds, I think. It might have been, might have been 8 on the
day. After double that series.
Mm-hmm. And you know what JR said? JR said LeBron gave us all the 2014 finals. That's a load of crap. Here, let me break you up. Let me tell you what LeBron did in 2014 finals. In games 3, 4, and 5, LeBron scored 51 points out of his 81 total points in those 3 games when Miami was down 15 or more. In non-blowout situations, Kawhi scored LeBron 44 to 30. How did LeBron give it a go? He didn't.
He basically was trying to pad his stats.
That's what I'm saying, though. But if we would have told that to JR, he would ignore us.
Hey, yo, Gideon. Go ahead, bro.
That's because these Bron fans be like, bro, I just sick and hearing the excuses they have, excuse after excuse.
Tell me about it.
That's what makes it bad, man.
Tell me about it. If Jordan was stat padding, if Jordan, Kobe was stat padding, we'll be acknowledging that.
Like Kobe's my favorite player, but I don't give Kobe no excuses for the 2 final losses.
Nah, me neither. No excuse for Kobe. I like Kobe Bryant, but no excuses.
But
Hey, look,
but
that's the thing with every other superstar player.
right, but Kobe did well, to try the career when he had Lamar Odom and them. He did squeeze out 2 championships.
Yeah, he
And three-
did, but
and
talking
three
about the
appearances.
2 finals losses, I don't give him no excuse for it.
No,
Like
no,
LeBron
no,
fans got an
I'm
excuse
like-
for
I'm
every
like this.
finals loss.
I'm not giving no
I'm
excuse
like-
for it, but I'm just saying
No,
that.
no. Nah, he's just saying that, you know how LeBron fans always try to make an excuse for every one of LeBron's losses. He's just
Right,
saying that
right,
when it comes to guys like everybody else, we don't make excuses for their losses. He was just saying Kobe.
We hold their losses against them.
We critically say that that Kobe, his 2 losses, we critically say that, and we are absolutely, and we agree on that. But these LeBron, but LeBron's still like 3-9 in championships.
3 and 6.
All right, 3-6. So how about if he lose this year? What y'all gonna say about that? And it's in the
It's
bubble.
over. It's over. It's over.
It's in the bubble.
Mhm.
So if the Lakers were to win, right? Could we put an asterisk to that?
Nah, I don't put asterisks too much.
No, I'm not saying we do. I'm just saying some people say that, but I'm just saying LeBron have to win this year. Could that be 3-10? I mean 3-3 and
He gotta win, period. If he don't win this year, it's over. He's not winning next year.
This next year, the West is going to get tough. Denver's going to get better. Utah, the Clippers will get better. Golden State's will be back next year.
Dallas.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm gonna tell y'all this. LeBron over the maybe not next year, but definitely by the season after next, he gonna go into his last couple seasons, bro. And it's not gonna look pretty. I'm telling you, it's not gonna look great no more.
Right.
Like,
Because one thing I can tell about LeBron, 17 years, he ain't never learned to do what Kobe or Mike did. And that's play at their athleticism.
That's true.
Yeah.
Man.
That's gonna make it hard for him because like his athleticism is he's still gonna be able to dunk here and there, just like right now. He still gets up sometime on fast breaks. He's still quick, but when that shit leaves you, it's not gonna leave you gradually. It's gonna leave in a chunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron got to think like this. Why you think Jordan and Kobe got post game and tried to get to the free throw line more because they know they can do certain things that they used to do when they were younger. That's why you had to develop a post game and jump shot.
Yeah, you had to expand your game. You had to make it more than just driving to the basket, trying to get fouled, But they was working on that throughout their career to get it to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
LeBron you ain't gonna do that in the offseason. And next thing you know, you shoot mid-range jumpers at 50% and threes at 45 and shit. Nah, that ain't gonna work.
But you know what about Jordan and Kobe that I love about throughout the years? I'm talking about offense. They became all-around offense. They know how to cut to the basket. They know how to play the basket. If you notice, LeBron all these years, he never really cut to the basket. He's like he had to be ball hungry.
Dominant. Yeah, he can't put out the ball. Kobe Jordan can put out the ball.
That's the biggest. That's our biggest knock. That's my biggest knock on him. Along with I know a lot of guys like Gideon, James, LB, everybody. You know what I'm saying? That he never was able to play off ball. But the crazy thing about that, when LeBron was in high school, he played off ball.
Oh yeah,
right.
If you look at him playing in high school, he could play with the ball and he could play off ball. I don't know what the hell happened when he got to the NBA where he didn't believe he could do shit off ball no more or whatever.
And here's another thing too. Spacey writes. Remember one time Ticket asked that question? Oh, how many final losses do you count against LeBron? He only said one. I'm like,
he said one.
Dude, seriously, bro, dude.
He said one.
One finals loss against counts, bro. Every finals loss counts. Like 2007, you were swept in the finals. You only lost by 9, 11, 3, and 1.
But he could have won some of them games. When them games close in the fourth quarter,
it was close. Cleveland was not going to beat San Antonio. They were not going to win, but Cleveland could have won a game or two. I mean, in 2014, like I said, I know how great the Spurs were, but people forget about this. That same Spurs team went 7 games against the 8-seeded Mavs. People don't talk about that.
Joe did.
Hey, check this out, Gideon. The only all-time player I can give a pass for losing in the finals is Allen Iverson.
I love AI, but I'm not. I give no one.
And the only because there's no and the reason. Let me explain why.
Okay.
The only reason why he's the only player I can give a pass to is because he took one of the worst offensive teams outside of himself.
That's true. All those players were defensive players.
Went against one of the greatest combination Laker teams ever with Kobe and Shaq. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't supposed to beat them.
And he won one game.
And don't act the God if he would have beat them boys, dog. If Allen Iverson by himself offensively would have beaten Shaq and Kobe, he would have been the GOAT, nigga.
You think so?
I'm thinking like back then. Think about it. 2001. If Allen Iverson went against Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant with Kembe Mutombo at 36. Come on,
Eric Snow.
And Eric Snow and Matt Geiger and shit, and he beat them in a series. You don't think people would have been like, "Yo, Allen Iverson might be the greatest player I've ever seen"?
Yeah,
just that's who he did it against. You don't think that would? You don't think he would be? Maybe even if it didn't last, you know what I'm saying? It might be a knee-jerk reaction at the time, but I'm thinking like, I'm just saying like, if we would have seen something like that happen, that's how amazing it would have been. You know what I'm saying? It was no way in hell he was going to beat them
of all time.
That's why getting that win. That's why getting that win instead of getting swept is why I can give him a pass. He won that game.
Could be argument that team wasn't even supposed to make the finals.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole thing. That's why I say he don't.
I got an announcement. Aaron Garrett just put in the chat. Former 49 star Dana Stubblefield convicted of rape.
Oh wow.
Oh no, man.
Man, Dana's my dude, man.
Damn, man, you don't got strong arm the pussy, man. Bitches is giving up for free.
Yeah, he took it,
bro.
I don't know why people do this stuff today. It's ridiculous.
Man, they make a Snapchat premium only fans. You got Instagram models. Come on.
And also, don't forget too, in game 1 against LA, the Lakers were up 18-5. People forget about that.
Yeah. That's why I say if there's any player out the history of the NBA who lost in the finals, and I could be like, you know what, bro? I can't even hold that shit against him. It's Allen Iverson. That's
to me, I hold because I don't make excuses too much.
I can't hear you. I couldn't hear you, bro.
On me?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Okay. I don't destroy AI for the 2001 loss because the Sixers, look, Philly should have lost to Toronto or Milwaukee, okay? They were not supposed to get past Toronto or Milwaukee, all right? Hell, Indiana had a shot to beat them. I'm just saying is that I hold every loss against a player because I don't like making excuses. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I don't, but see, that's the thing. If anybody ever talk about Allen Iverson's career, I don't have to use the excuse that, you know what I'm saying, oh, man, he lost to Kobe and Shaq. I don't have to use that excuse. But everybody's going to be like, but one thing that you can always point to is he went against them boys and he won. He beat them in the game when he wasn't supposed to. When you got guys today that go against teams who they are actually outmatched against, and sometimes they get swept. They outmatch the team or equal to the team and they get swept. You know what I'm saying?
Like LeBron in 2017, LeBron and the Cavs were even with the Warriors in 2017.
That's what I'm saying. Like Allen Iverson if Allen Iverson had a player on his team the level of anybody on these other teams, you know what I'm saying? Just one other nigga with him, it'd have been a series. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I like when Kendrick Perkins try to compare James Harden to AI. When does James Harden ever show up in the postseason?
Not much. I mean, yeah, Harden has his moments in the playoffs, but he has a whole lot of bad moments in the playoffs.
I ain't never seen a good moment from James Harden in the playoffs. At least the AI, he gonna show up in the postseason.
Yeah, bro. AI gonna be there.
I don't know who gets more excuses, LeBron or Harden. I don't know who gets more excuses. Even Dame too. I love Damian Lillard, but I think Dame gets too much of a pass for last year. I like Dame, but remember, Portland was up 17 or more 3 times against a banged-up Golden State team. I felt the Blazers could have beat the Warriors, you know?
I put some of that on Stotts, though. And you know what I'm saying? They didn't have Nurkic, but they were still up 17, like you said. But
Terry Stotts is horrible.
Put it on Stotts. Stotts let them boys get in runs where the team will be coming back. He don't call no timeout till it's like they're down like 3 or 1.
He don't make no adjustments or nothing.
I was getting ready to say that he didn't make no adjustments towards the end of the game. Where's the adjustment at?
Mm-hmm.
Now I agree with you to a certain degree, though. Damian Lillard, he gotta be the guy trying to impress on the coach that, hey, bro, we need to switch something up. We need to do something because they shouldn't be coming back. Well, better yet, sometimes he needed to just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just call a timeout. Fuck it." Before the league
But
gets to
here's the
3,
thing,
I'm gonna
though.
cut it when we go from 17 to 10. You know what I'm saying? When they cut it to 10, oh yeah, timeout.
And
But
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
the thing: how many times on Portland been in a deep playoff run, this guy and this coach end up losing all the time. If you don't get fired, nope, they gonna give him.
That's true. And Portland loses to teams they should be beating. And I felt the Blazers underachieved too. Like in the 2018 playoffs, for example, the Pelicans didn't have Boogie. Not only did you lose that series, you were swept in the first round. Come on, man.
But
I didn't expect him to get swept.
Are they gonna fire this head coach though? Like they do no other head coaches? No, they gonna keep on giving 10s after 10s.
I'm gonna tell you something too, Lou. To your point. A lot of times, them boys get a little like Stotts. He gonna get at least 2 more years. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he gonna get a year with Nurkic back, regardless of what happens this year. He gonna get a year to see what happens with him and Nurkic back. Because he's been holding on, because one thing he can always go to the GM and all them know is, well, he didn't have Nurkic, and Nurkic is a big piece to our team. You know what I'm saying? Then they can get Rodney Hood back. And once he gets the whole conglomerate back and he can play a season like that, if they underachieve again, then he'll be out. So he ain't going to be out till like 2022.
Pretty much.
That's crazy.
I mean,
he got 2 more years to just play with.
Like I said, man, I agree. And like I said, even CJ McCollum, he played well until the conference final. I felt Dame and CJ didn't trust their teammates. You know what I mean? In that conference. Yeah, that's why they lost that series. Listen, the Warriors were great. I get that. But hear me out. Clay only shot 38% of the series. Iguodala missed game 4. No KD, no Boogie, and you still can't win? Come on.
The only person that really had a great series that against that Portland, didn't Steph average like 30?
36.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was cooking. But I'm gonna tell you something too, though. Like when Rodney Hood went down for them, that was somebody they did trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Rodney Hood until he popped that Achilles.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. Losing Rodney Hood was big because he could give you 15 to 20 a game if you want to. And he's shooting around, and he's been on fire this year, shooting around 50%.
My correction, when they calling Rodney Hood a bum when he was in Cleveland?
Yeah, LeBron fans. That reminds me. LeBron
would give him a chance to play, get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is look at people who LeBron had brought to the team. Look at their career before they got there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the years right before they got there, and then look at the year they went in. And then
look at their career when they leave LeBron. Like Derrick Rose left and scored 50.
Look at what Derrick Rose did the season before he went there. He was averaging 18 the season before he went there. Mm-hmm. And then they called him trash, and then he went back to averaging 18 to 19.
And he dropped a 50-point game versus Utah.
That's right. Yeah, at Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, and he was balling in the playoffs versus Houston in 2018. People forget about that.
You know what people forget too, Gideon?
What?
Isaiah Thomas was on that team, right? Remember when Isaiah Thomas told everybody what it was? He said, "Man, we remember how they was coming out the gate and they was losing and winning, and it was barely above 500 at stretches because he said they wasn't practicing." So how the hell is these boys gonna get some? And you know why they wasn't practicing? Because the big dog ain't want to practice.
Yeah, at the same year, LeBron traded the whole damn team.
Yeah, he traded him after he said that shit.
Yeah, that dude's a snake. Off the court, he's great, but on the court, he's a snake to me. I wouldn't trust him.
I tell you, boy, he's an evil genius. He's the evil genius of the NBA. Like he do it in a way where everybody just thinks it's all right. Like he's the mad scientist out there, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't play with a motherfucker like that. I play with a dude like that, bro. You trade me in my face, bro. Man, you gonna throw him. We gonna fight.
Oh yeah. So they tell me I'm packing my bags. Before I pack my bags, I'm gonna see you.
I'm gonna see you in the locker room. I'm gonna see you come through the tunnel.
Yep. And I'm gonna take steel on your ass. For real.
That's why I'm surprised that J.R. Smith came up. So you see how he treats you. You wanna.
These boys be hypnotized by LeBron, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's an evil genius, bro. Just think about a person. Think if you had a homie, and you know your homie do fucked up shit, but he treats you so good. You know what I'm saying? So when people tell you that he be doing fucked up shit that you don't see him do, you don't even look at it the same way they looking at it. You know what I'm saying? You automatically giving your man the benefit of the doubt. Like, man, nah, bro. See, you just jealous of that nigga, man. You just don't like the fact that what he do be working. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it. He better than you, man.
I'm just saying, where I'm from, LeBron wouldn't be able to do some shit like that. A motherfucker would have been checked your temperature.
Bro, where everybody from is like that, dog. He lives in his own world where the shit operates like this. He lives in the media world where these niggas can say whatever they want. Like Jay Williams, them. They was like, if LeBron win, listen, they had Paul Pierce, Jalen Rose, I think a Mexican like host for the show on the NBA stream, George something, I forget his name, and Jay Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had them four, and they asked them boys, what would a fourth ring this season do for LeBron's legacy? Paul Pierce said it would put LeBron back in his top 5. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Rose said it would make the argument for him being better than Magic a little bit closer, right? Jay Williams said, oh, it would mean LeBron is the GOAT.
Nah.
Like, what the fuck?
Nah. I mean, here's the thing. I don't mind if people think LeBron's the GOAT. I don't mind that, but it's also the argument. I feel if the argument is stupid and invalid, I don't have to respect that opinion, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have a problem with people calling him the GOAT. Because like, if you call somebody, like if somebody says, let's put it like this. If somebody say, yo, Paul Pierce better than Kobe. All right, that's their opinion, right? Hold on. That's their opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I say, okay, well, explain to me what makes Paul Pierce better than Kobe. You know what I'm saying? If they don't have an argument, then they can't walk around telling people that Paul Pierce is better than Kobe. They can say they think that, but these people say that shit like it is fact. LeBron James
Like
is the GOAT. They don't be like, my opinion is, or I think LeBron is the GOAT. They'll be like, LeBron's the GOAT. And if you say something about
Jordan, LeBron is the GOAT, he ain't even better than Kobe.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, listen. My motto is LeBron is top 11. If the nigga lose this year, he gonna be top 15. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Like I was gonna say, he gonna drop. You gotta drop top 15. Have to.
I ain't gonna lie.
I give him top 10.
Keep saying the time at time.
If he loses this year, he out the top 10.
Oh yeah.
I keep saying the time at time. The reason they keep on calling him the GOAT because they only started watching basketball in 2003.
They ain't watching 2000s or the 90s
or the 80s.
And what they watch is,
I gotta get up out of here. I gotta take care of some shit. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate y'all for coming in today. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
We'll chop it up again.
Appreciate
Same
you,
bad time, same bad channel tomorrow. This your boy. Scream at me.